on this screen session, um, where we're gonna try to do something that is at least, a, well, let's try to be professionals today. Not sure how that's gonna go, but let's hope it goes all right.
It's all in a
Okay,
big
so
attempt.
yeah, it's a good attempt. So okay, so essentially the problem we are having right now. So last, I think we didn't publish last session because it was so mediocre.
Yeah, it
Um,
was 46 minutes. I didn't publish, no.
okay, but we fixed persistency with this. So we just by default this takes just storage on the RAM.
On
So
RAM.
we basically
When the
allow
system
this to
shuts down,
persist.
you lose all the data.
Yeah. So we basically added this. So it does a disk copy and maintains part of the stuff on RAM. So we can tweak this later, but for now it's okay because it just persists anyhow.
Yeah.
So continuing, the second problem we need to tackle is the ability to write. So if you go on the read right now,
Read.
which is down here, if you're following me,
I am here.
we are trying to open a file. So where is the PC, the p read? There we go. So we try to open a file that is passed. Remember that our message looks sort of like, oh, I think we have here.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
probably have on the
So
Emacs client.
our messages look like this, right? So you're gonna pass on this case, just
Wait,
saying, yeah,
I'm
it's a
gonna
read.
now I'm gonna follow you. Okay,
Okay.
now I'm following. Go.
So we're gonna pass like this, right? So you're gonna say, okay, it's a read, and you're gonna send the thing you're gonna look by, which in our case is always uh, that circumflex because we're hard coding it here. If you keep following me,
Yes, I'm following you.
go back here.
Yep.
So you're gonna search the hash, and you're gonna search based on the uh, quantity of the content. Like this is the length of the file name. So it's 4, or actually 3. Actually, this is C, right? In which is if you have all this on Emacs, it's 3. So it's gonna be 0003, and then there are 3 characters, so ABC, which is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
name of the file.
It's basically the vanilla default size prefixed size payloads.
Yeah.
The same thing
So
that we did for Rocket Tower, for instance. Exactly
yes.
the same thing.
So the main problem we have here though is when we try to read, it will try to open a file that doesn't exist. Now going back here,
Yes, I'm still following.
here. It's gonna go through this thing and it's gonna fail, and then it's gonna say, haha, this file doesn't exist, brother.
Yeah.
So that's a problem. So for this file to exist, we need to first write something, and then we can seek in it and do all sorts of crazy stuff.
Yeah, but I have a
Um,
question.
okay, go.
Uh, shouldn't we write the contents during the writing phase? This is reading
Yes,
phase.
which is not what we're doing. So that's the second step what I was going to say. So we are not registering the content anywhere. We're just storing the promise that we are going to write it sometime.
And we are also writing the deltas. The cursor is writing like uh,
Yes, which
from.
is the yes. With so this is location is the promise, and this is the where it will be. I mean, I don't know why it's doing these things. And it's saying okay, it will be on this location, and you can find it here.
Yes.
So what I was discussing with Marino last time after you left was essentially about the storage inside of like we need some strategy to handle somewhat like snapshots. Do you agree it's dumb to write in a file in the middle of a transaction if you have no retrial?
Um,
You're gonna write, and then if it fails because I don't know disk failure, uh, whatever, right? Insufficient memory, I don't know,
okay,
something like that.
I'm gonna have a guess. Do you want to have Mnesia to save the contents for later writing?
Uh, yes, and that leads us to a dilemma, but you got the motivation, right? Because you can't, you need to write, we are writing a promise that this will be written, but we are not writing the content
Yeah.
that is being promised,
Yeah, I see the
right?
problem.
So if you want to replay, I don't like this term, but if you want to replay the database, in theory you should be able to go from the beginning to
What
the
term
end.
would you use if you don't like replay?
Um, I need to think about it, but I have
Okay.
my reasons. But
Okay.
anyway, uh, the point that I'm saying is we need to write all the actions that occurred to modify the data to reach the data that we have right now, right? That's the same
That's
idea of event sourcing,
that's
basically.
exactly. Man, you read my mind.
So we are just writing a subset of commands, which are events, in this case, right? So which is gonna be like write, read. That's all we have, um, or in a sequence, right?
Okay, so but
Uh,
I don't understand the dilemma that you said.
the dilemma is the following: we can write the content to amnesia in like a wall, because this is essentially a wall.
Yeah, we can.
That's it. The write ahead log. So we could do that. The point is, if you're doing that, why the heck would you write to a file? You see?
Because the wall is
There's no point.
temporary. The wall is supposed to have like temporary
Why?
data.
Well, no, it shouldn't be temporary. Why?
No, because we're
I
gonna
mean, okay,
write
you
it to the
can
write ahead
discard.
file. We're gonna flush it to the real deal, and then we're gonna clean it.
Okay, you can do it, but why?
Why, in the sense
Why
of
would you? Why would you lose history?
because the history system is the disk, not Miniger.
Okay, so there are two layers of history. There is the layer of the data, which is what you're saying,
Yeah,
which is the files, like
yeah,
the content that the guy is storing.
yeah.
And there's the history of the transactions. Those are two different histories.
I agree on that. But my understanding is that the history of the data is on the disk, and the history of the transaction is on Miniger.
which is also on
Uh,
the disk.
if you flush and delete the wall, well, yes, which is also on the disk. But if you flush the wall, you lost that.
No, but when I say flush, I was just talking about the data, the contents.
Oh, you want to delete the content.
No, I don't. No, let me
But
explain step by
still,
step.
if you touch the thing, you modify the history.
If I touch,
Yeah,
I
like
modify.
it's a string, right? So let's write a thing here. So write, I'll do sort of like this, okay?
Sure,
1, 2, 3.
sure.
Read 1, 2, 3. Write. Oops, I changed the syntax. Clown 1, 2, 3.
Sure.
Write another clown. I forgot. So
Sure.
uh, whatever, right? So you're writing this data here, however the way you want. So it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
Uh, one thing is to append, which is append only. So you're just appending the transactions. If you want to reach the state of the database as of now, you just go from the beginning to the end, folding.
Yeah, I heard this before from you many
Yes.
times.
So the other thing is, if you want to reach the, okay, one thing is if I delete this, I can't reproduce the same state. Agreed?
Yes.
I can reproduce something, but not the same state, and probably it won't make sense because I'm reading what here.
Nothing. It doesn't exist with the new history.
Exactly. So I mean, it doesn't matter because it's just it's a read, right? And it makes little sense uh, when you're projecting. It makes little sense to read something. It's just for us to know what happened, right? But if it was an update, then it would matter, right? Because it's updating what data. So it's gonna end up being the same data, but if it's just partial, you're not gonna know. So anyway, depend. It's a headache that we gotta think about.
Okay, but I have another question. My understanding is that, well, at least my proposal, maybe I am not understanding things correctly, but my understanding was we would have a write ahead log of only write operations. So on this file, on this position, write this
Only
data.
operations that mutate data. So update,
Sure.
write,
And when I say flush,
which is
I
mutate.
mean like the entire because then the write ahead log would work as a buffer. So you just put the events there, and when it's time, you just do it. You just go to the disk on that file, on that position, and you write it. What's the problem with that?
Well, I'm not disagreeing with that.
No,
I,
no, no. Because
what
the
I,
problem that you just said, which is what I'm like this read now that I deleted this the other thing doesn't make sense anymore, which is correct. But my understanding, we would not have reads in there. We would only
yeah,
have writes.
yes.
I
Well,
understand the argument that you're saying about if we're gonna use Mnesia to use a write ahead log, why don't use Mnesia as the file system, right?
well, there's no point on having a file system that having another abstraction because you already have the data here.
No, yeah, that's the thing. Um, my I was guessing, and maybe I'm wrong, that we are using Mnesia here as a coping mechanism because doing these things that we are doing by ourselves is gonna be harder.
That true.
But we have intentions to drop Mnesia at some point and do it entirely from scratch.
Do we?
That's the thing. Is my assumption wrong? that's that's the thing. Because
I mean,
like
we could, but we would have to implement our own transactions.
yeah, exactly. I remember you saying that. Man, we should use Mnesia at least in the beginning because implementing transactions from scratch is gonna take like forever because of many reasons.
Okay, so let's do the following. Let's not cheat and let's do the following here. I'll make a new table called wall, which is gonna mimic a very primitive and dumb write ahead log where we're gonna write the stuff in there, and then later we can have a process that flushes this information to the disk.
So it's gonna be multi-threaded then.
Yes, I don't see why it would not be, right?
I agree.
I mean, it's Erlang.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fair. That's fair. Okay, okay. So I'm gonna
but
try.
but okay, we can do that. But I'm thinking here of another problem.
Go.
We how would this sync work? Like the sync to the files work? Because think of this. It makes sense for us to flush the data once it's written, right?
Yeah.
Um, I mean, once it's on the wall, that's what I meant. But if you need it right away, let's suppose I wrote it now and I am immediately doing a read. I don't have that information yet, right? It could be even inside the same transaction. I still don't have that info,
Okay,
right?
I have a proposal.
So we
So
would need to flush inside of the transaction if needed.
I was kind of no. I actually don't understand what you mean by saying like. I mean what I meant to say was the wall. My understanding is if you do a write and then you do a read immediately of that data that you just wrote, that writing operation probably is still in the queue to be written at
It's
eventually.
gonna
Let's
be
use
marked as it's
ev-
gonna be like in a page marked as dirty.
exactly,
So
exactly. And then what I would propose in here, like if you scroll down a little bit in the reading operation in line 100 and no 107 or something, no 114, 114. If this fails, meaning the file doesn't exist on the disk yet, then we fall over
well,
to
it's
the
not
reading
only
the
a matter
wall
of the
itself.
file. It's not only a matter of the file not existing. It's also if you can't. So okay, we need to see how the pre-read works. But imagine I can seek and I don't get the correct information. It was an update. Let's say I need to flush with the latest data. Like
Ooh,
you
I
see,
see, I see, I see, I see. So you're
so
basically
you
saying,
always, whenever you need to read, you always need to be a safe transaction without, I mean, we can drop some guarantees to go faster because certainly this will add an overhead, right? And then we should probably propagate it back to the client so they can configure whatever they want.
yeah,
But
but that's a real deal, man. Maybe the file already exists, and then you're just seeking a position that is already there, but the data is
it's the old
outdated.
data. Yeah, exactly. So you would need to,
How?
this is the serializable transaction on Postgres.
Ah,
We're going to need to synchronize everything in an
How the
order.
fuck are you gonna fix that though?
We
We're
can
all assuming that we're going to use a single file to write everything, right?
Man, I don't see it matters much changing to multiple files. That's dividing and accessing the same way, but in different files.
Yeah, I also don't see that fixing it. Like, let's assume for a moment that we have all the time and all the resources and all the patience. How would we fix this properly?
By making writes idempotent. So you can do them inside the transaction because if they are idempotent, it doesn't matter if you repeat them.
But that's not the problem that Mageta said. Mageta,
Eh,
Mageta said a different problem, which is the writing didn't happen yet.
no, but Marina's point is that it can.
I don't follow. If it can, that's well, of course it can. Well, we don't know that.
The
That
point is that our point is if it fails, like imagine like this: if it's append only, you're gonna write to the end, right?
yeah,
So you suffer the risk of writing twice.
that is
So you
true.
need so you need a mechanism to make it store the content. Um, you need a mechanism to make it store, uh, like to store in to make sure that you stored only once,
No, it,
which
it
is
is
idempotency.
exactly. No, I agree with Marinho on that. But the problem that you described to me, Mageta, was not that one. The, and correct me if I'm wrong, please. I understood from what you said that I write to the file ABC this content, and then immediately I am asking to read it back again for some stupid reason. That will fail because there is a chance that in the write ahead log we are gonna put the
No,
writing
but
on
no, man.
on there.
I think I follows. Okay, I understand what Marinho said. The thing is, you always have the latest write on his case,
Yes,
and you can
because if
write
writing is
multiple times.
idempotent, you can just write inside of the transaction. Then,
If
Oh,
it fails on the transaction, then you need to re-execute it.
yeah,
That's
but
one
that's
thing you
what
need to
Mageta
manage.
said we didn't want, right? That was my
No,
first
but it
question. Do you
doesn't
agree
matter.
it's kind of stupid to do
But
a
it's easier.
file?
But it's easier because if it fails, you just roll back the transaction and you execute it again. It will change nothing.
Okay, but that works. Yeah, if we are okay with having failures of opening files
The
inside the
only
transaction.
problem, yeah, the only problem I see is that I mean it fixes the problem, but I think it adds a lot of overhead because it doesn't allow you like everything will become serializable. You see,
Yeah.
because
Oh,
you can create
maybe I want to revisit that. What is that serializable Postgres thing? Could you send the link again?
search Postgres transactions on GitHub on
Post
docs. There's a table there.
serializable Postgres transactions. Deep shit. We are doing very deep shit. So transact serializable blah blah blah.
I was there when it was written.
Yeah, I think man, I think we should do it this way.
Which one of these, Margita? You
Uh,
explained all four, but I forgot most of it. Sadly.
go down, serializable there, the last one.
So
You see, it
serializable.
fixes dirty reads, no repeatable phantoms, and serializable anomaly.
Mm-hmm.
Serialization anomaly.
Okay. So what do you think we should do? What do you
I
think we
think
should
we
do?
should do this, and then later in the future, if we want to express the others, which I think we should, because they boost significantly. Like most of the time, you don't actually need the. Not most of the time, but in a lot of cases, you don't actually need the. If you're not interfering with data inside of the same transaction, it's a self contained query, like just to write something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You don't need that, so it would just add a massive overhead to write
I see.
content.
Okay, so the strategy is going to be the following. We're going to make transactions writing operations idempotent. Hence, we're going to be able to fail on writing operation doing the transaction because replaying that will not cause duplication of data.
Yes.
I see. I see.
And that's easy.
I don't know. I never wrote a mechanism to identify the potency actually.
Oh, you're not identifying anything. The write, the creation, if there's a file, you're gonna delete it and write another. I mean,
Mm, that's
it's
not
assuming
quite
it's the
it.
same hash, right? Which will not conflict because if it conflicts the hash, it's the same data.
I think
So you
Marin
don't
wants to say
delete
something.
anything.
Uh, yeah, no, like if you have, yeah, if the hash conflicts, then it's the same data because it's a hash, right?
Yes, you're
It's
gonna
a
need to write.
cryptographic hash. So you can just check, okay, have I written this hash already? If I have, I can just return
Are
the
you
file that
asking
already
that
exists.
question to what? To who?
What do you mean?
Marinho just asked a question. Did I
That's not a
just did
question.
I write this hash previously?
Oh, it's
To the
this
file
one.
system.
Oh, so then you're gonna do a lookup on the file.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a lookup on the file system,
And yeah,
actually.
on like the directory.
Ah, okay, I see. Okay, I see. And then if the hash is already there, you don't do anything.
Yeah, because well, it's the same data, right?
It's the same data. Cool.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
if you
so
send,
how can we
so if you
start that?
sent previously a 1 GB data and you send it again, it's well fast, right?
I mean, you
Sure.
have to transmit the 1 GB, but you don't have to rewrite it to the disk because, well,
Yes.
it's already there.
One thing though, I'm thinking about chunk sizes because we would want to chunk the file.
Oh man. If there is something like it was very fun to make the database, but if there is something that gave me one of the like headaches was the fucking chunking size nonsense stuff. Which is necessary because there you cannot have a petabyte of RAM yet. Uh, but every time, every time. So are we gonna do the chunking also right now?
I'm thinking here because the chunk it only makes sense to be inside of the same guy, but the chunking will be the multiple. Oh man, ah,
Uh,
I think I see
like
one.
the point of chunking is that, okay, if I have a giant, like I have a 1 GB blob of data and it has a hash, and I want to write a new blob which is the same 1 GB except I want to change a single byte in the middle somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
The point of chunking is to make that particular operation fast because then you don't have to rewrite another 1 GB file. You can just rewrite the chunk and then rebuild a
Oh,
hash
I have an
Merkle tree
idea.
on top of that. But for a prototype, we can probably just not do the chunking yet and
I
write.
have an idea how to do that easy.
Wait.
So check
Before you
this out.
explain the idea, I need to understand what Marinho said before because I think the chunking that I have understood is different than what Marinho said because Marinho is saying chunking as a optimization thing.
Oh,
And
but isn't that the point of chunking?
well, it kind of is, but the optimization that I was thinking is different than what Marinho said because Marinho said that the chunking would serve the purpose of being a fast operation to change very tiny bits on a big blob. My understanding of chunking, coming from the Racket Tower background, is that we are doing chunking because we need to be able to slice the data in order to compute it.
But
Yeah,
what
we
are
don't
we
need
going
it.
to compute here? We're doing a distributed file system. We don't need to compute anything. We're just writing and reading data.
No, we
Yeah, I
need
think
to
the
compute
key
it.
here.
We need to compute a lot of things. If the guy sends a petabyte of data, what the heck are we gonna do with that?
We're gonna save it to the disk. We're a file system.
No, yes, but you cannot put up the entire petabyte on RAM to write it.
Well, the
You don't
operating
need to.
system. Yes.
Well, but that's the point of chunking on my understanding. But you said something different.
I mean, there's different ways you can do chunking, right? You can do chunking on disk, which serves the purpose I explained. You can do
Yeah.
chunking at the message level because, well, maybe you can't really fit a 1 GB of data in a single Erlang message, so you have to chunk it somehow when you send, and then Erlang
Mm.
will need to like stitch together the original data from the chunks before writing.
Mhm. I see. I see.
Um, but if you're just saving stuff to the disk, like you don't really need to have it all in memory at the same time. You just need like the next byte that you're going to write at any given moment.
Well, yeah, you can stream it. That's fine. So what type of chunking are we going to implement today then? Because Mageta said he has a very easy way to do it.
Should
Uh,
I speak
yeah,
about the?
yeah.
We maintain this thing the same way, and then we do another function before summoning this create command, and then we create command, like we split the file in even chunks, and then we create multiple commands for these for the pieces inside of it. You see? So instead of like doing one big write, we do multiple writes for the data.
Uh,
Like you receive 1 GB, and then you say, okay, each chunk can be 512 megabytes. So you send one of 512 on a file name, the content, blah blah, half the content. It's gonna write, return a hash. Then you do another, it's gonna write sequentially, you see?
I see, but if we split the data, because that's one of the alternatives that Marinho just explained, right? So we do some sort of stitching, because we need to know that we wrote a specific amount, and if we split it in the way that you described, you're going to have to do the stitching. How are we going to do that?
Well, you know that by the cursor and the locations. Like the file gives you all the hashes.
Yes.
So that's one. The second is the locations, that it contains all the places where to look. And the
Yes.
third is the cursor, which is the position that we can eliminate now, since we are going to write one per file.
Final question. My understanding is that we hash the contents of the payload of data that we got to save on tables and to do lookups and all that stuff. If we split the data, are we gonna do the hashing before splitting?
I don't follow. Say it again.
Maybe I am misunderstanding. I got the impression from previous sessions and discussions that we pick the content in its entirety and then we hash it, and we use that as a key to do lookups everywhere.
Well, I'm proposing not doing that, just splitting and then you hash the pieces.
Ooh. How are we gonna tell the client that?
Why?
Because before and we had these discussions before as well. I was again under the impression that we're gonna send the identifier hash of the data to the client back as a response,
All right.
because we
Um,
are assuming that the client will use the hash to say look up this for me, and then we're gonna use that to find the data for this guy. But if we split
Yeah,
the data, how are we gonna do the same thing?
yeah. If we do what Mageta is saying, we will need to go and do the Merkle tree now because we need to be able
yes.
to bundle together all the pieces into a
Yeah,
single
because
coherent
then you would
whole.
have to, yeah. Then
Oh,
the
now
node
I
of the
see how
Merkle
the pieces
tree,
fit.
yeah, because then the node of the Merkle tree is the hash of the hashes, right? That node.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, I mean, it seems to me that your idea can work if you use a micro tree. Am I wrong?
What?
It
I
seems to
don't
me,
think you are wrong.
it seems to me, Magette, that your idea can work in fact, but you're gonna
With the
have to add
Merkle
the
tree.
Merkle tree.
Yes.
Are we gonna do that?
Uh, right now, I think Maybe not.
Okay, I have a proposal. So let's do the following. Let's not do chunking today. Next time we do the Merkle tree, we do a session only Merkle tree time.
We probably can find the library, and then we do this.
No, there's more than one library. I think I found 3 Merkle tree libraries for Erlang for
Yeah, I
some
found
reason.
one, but it was not really.
They have it exists more than one Merkle tree library for Erlang. And I remember you mentioned that you found one that was underwhelming for our use case. So, um, forgetting the chunking for today, what we need to do, we need to go to the writing command when we're creating that. We need to write an operation to write to a file. Then we also need to establish the idempotency system to allow the transaction to fail.
Let me think.
Yeah, the way I'm thinking is the following. We will need some way to generate a unique identifier for each transaction, for each attempt of doing a transaction, in fact. And then during the transaction, during the writes operation inside of the transaction, we will write to a temporary file, and that's why we need the unique identifier, right? Because we don't want to collide with another file that already exists. We write the data, the payload to this temporary file, and if somewhere in the middle we fail, that's fine because we can just clean up the temporary file at a later point. But then if we reach the end and everything went okay, we can rename the file, and renaming on POSIX is atomic, as far as I know, to the hash of the content. And of course, before we actually write the file, we need to check if there is already, well, since we need to compute the hash, probably before we do the renaming, we check, do we already have a file named after the hash?
Okay.
If we do, we can delete the temporary file because, well, there's no point in overwriting the thing with itself. That's like wasteful.
Yeah.
If we don't, we just do the atomic renaming, and that's fine.
Okay, stop there. I think you are on the right track, but I think we should write those steps because that's a lot of steps.
Okay.
So, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Cool. So, let's go back from the beginning, and now I'm gonna ask questions because I didn't want to interrupt you.
Okay.
Can we go over again from the start?
Okay. So we're in a transaction, and we want to write some data to the disk. Okay.
Yeah. Transaction writing operation. Yep. Cool.
First of all, we need to generate a unique value,
Out of the content.
and we generate a unique value, and we use that to create a temporary file. Okay.
To create a temporary file. Okay.
Okay. Then we dump the data into that temporary file.
Flush the content into the temporary file. Yep.
Then we compute the hash of that file.
Compute the hash of the file.
Check if there's already a file whose name is the hash.
If there is already a file with that hash.
If there is, we can get rid of the temporary file and just return the file that was already there.
If there is, just do what again?
We can get rid of the temporary file.
Delete the temp file and
return the file that already exists.
In the case of not, If there
In
is
the case of
not,
not, we rename the temporary file using the hash as the name.
the temporary file using the hash as the name. There it
Yes.
is.
And if at any point the transaction fails, there are two possibilities.
Fail at
Okay,
any point. Yeah.
we either fail during the write, in which case we will have a half-written file, but that's fine because it's just a temporary file and we can get rid of it later.
Yeah.
Or we fail after writing and doing the rename, um, but that's also fine because we have a consistent file on the disk, and then the next time that we retry the write, we would do the check and see that, oh, there's already a file with that hash, and that will be okay as well.
Ah, okay. So your algorithm already accounts for failing.
Yes.
I see. I see. I see. So Magenta, did you follow that?
Not paying attention, but I know what he's saying.
Cool.
I'm just not doing that now because I just want to test the idea.
Cool.
Then we can adapt it. So let me open a locations dot.
Uh, I have a question, Marinho.
Yes.
During this step here, when you say to check if there is a file, if we failed before, there will be a temporary file with that hash, agree?
No, because the temporary file was named using the unique value that we generated earlier.
I don't follow. When you say generate unique value, is this the name of the file?
Yeah, we're going to use that value as the file name for the temp file because
And what is
we
the...
don't want it to
Go on.
we don't want it to collide with a file that already exists, and we don't want to be able to like use a proper hash as the name because that would be dumb. Although, uh, I suppose that would work if we separate the temporary files into their own directory, which is probably a good idea. But then we run the risk of, okay, if there are two write transactions trying to write to the same file at the same time, they will interfere with each other. So that's a no-go.
Yeah, I don't... okay, so aside from that, because what you just explained is if you use the hash of the contents hash as the file name, how are you going to generate a unique value?
I'm pretty sure there's a function for that in Erlang somewhere.
Oh, okay.
If there isn't, we can. There's probably a function that gets a random number from the OS as well.
Okay, so imagine that I don't know, that my unique value is going to be ABC for the sake of honoring Magetta. And okay,
Okay.
so I have a file ABC, and I'm gonna put the contents I'm gonna flush the contents that I have to write into the file ABC. Then I'm gonna compute the hash of such content,
Yes.
and I'm gonna check if there is a file with that hash. I don't understand this sentence. We're gonna check all the files?
Well, no, this is just a lookup on the file system because we're using the hashes as the file names.
Man, I'm very confused. I just said the opposite of that, and you said that it was right. So I'm gonna go over again from step two. Um, we're gonna generate a unique value and use that as the file name. Is that correct?
For the temporary file,
For
yes.
the temporary file. Cool. That unique value is not a hash, right? It's not the
It's
hash
not a
of the
hash.
content. Cool.
It's not.
Then I'm gonna put the contents that I want to write into that file, which has a
Yes.
unique identifier of some sort.
Yes.
Then I'm gonna hash the content I just wrote into the temporary file,
Yes.
and then there's this step which is the one that I'm confused about. Check if there is a file with that hash. Are we searching for any file with the hash of the content written into it?
not written into it. We're looking for a file where the name is the hash
Okay,
that we just computed.
okay. If there is, delete the temp file and return the file that already exists. If there is not, rename the temporary file using the hash as the name. I see. I see. I see. I see. So the temp file is just like a placeholder of some sort. And if there is something already there, okay, maybe we can optimize the sequence of these things though.
I mean, since renaming is atomic, theoretically we can just rename the file no matter what, and the content is the same, so that's also safe.
Yeah, but I mean, I think this step here could be done earlier.
When?
we move we move this. Oops. Oops. So here's my
I
proposal. Grab
think
this.
right.
Oops. Wrong shortcut. Move this to here. And then you move this to immediately after that.
Oh, I see. So this doesn't exist.
Because then you don't need to have the hassle of temporary files at all. What do you think, Bunny?
So just this.
Bunny?
Dun 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 dun.
Okay, seems we lost money. What are you doing, Magetta?
I'm just writing stuff.
No, yeah, I noticed that. But what are you?
Well, no, I meant like I'm writing the stuff to the disk only. That's it.
um, so
Uh,
doing the location. So you changed the locations table, I believe.
I deleted it. Oh, man, I know. Sorry, I deleted the cursor. The location, yes.
You deleted the cursor
Yeah, we don't need it anymore.
because we're gonna do append only.
Okay, something weird
No,
just
not
happened.
even append. That's just like a write to a file, no matter what, right? So we don't need
Oh, the
it.
cursor was a promise. We're not gonna promise. We're gonna do it.
What is this end for? Which case is it taking care of?
I have no idea. Probably some artifact that when you deleted the cursor.
Probably.
Manin, are you
Let me.
back?
Disclose.
Yes. So you asked why don't we compute the hash before doing the temp file thingy?
Yeah, because then we can just not do the temp file thingy at all.
Because then we need to have the entire file in memory at the same time to compute the hash.
I see. I see. Good point.
This ends
That means that we need
there.
to do well,
This ends there.
and then this
This
needs to be down here.
disappears. And this ends the fun. Okay, I think this does a simple write.
Okay, let's read this. So while we were making this, while I was making this list with Marinho, Marinho, Magetta changed some tables. So he deleted the cursor because the cursor was a promise. We're not going to promise anymore. We're going to do it, right? And
Just
he enhanced the locations, which apparently now has a field called physical file path.
and delete the offset because it's useless. It's just
Uh,
gonna write on the entire file.
yeah. And then what he
Why
did,
do we need the physical file path if we're going to use hashes as the file names?
Are you gonna use the hash as a file name? But that's bytes. How does that work on Unix? You need to convert to a string, right?
yeah, but I
We will
think we
need to
can do that in
convert.
Erlang.
It's 32
Yeah,
bytes. I think Linux allows that, right?
I mean, worst case scenario, we can convert to like hex or base64 or something.
Because I'm just putting this test.
Well, but it seems to me that Marinho is right. If we can get around
Okay,
removing the
that's
physical
fine.
later. Anyway, and
Doesn't
then what he
matter.
did, he Magetta then after you do the read on the locations and you found nothing,
Yeah, but man, like notice that we could just store the content here, right?
the content where? What?
Well, the content could just be stored on the location, right? It's a one-to-one now.
But yeah, but then we go back to the dilemma, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but we are trying to not marry Mnesia. Uh, then we create a location. We create a location. Which, by the way, isn't it missing anything here?
No, it's just that.
Oh no, we are swapping to use the hash. Okay, so the physical file path is gone. Cool. Then we open a file using the hash field with the intention to write it. If we have an error, we're just gonna log that. And I assume this is gonna fail the transaction.
Yes.
Cool. And if you had an OK, we're just gonna write what are the
Uh,
parameters here.
it's the end of this scope. It will fail. I mean, it will fail because it's the end of this transaction, but we should actually launch the error out so it stops, right? But it will stop because it's the terminal here.
Mm.
So in this case, fine, but we shouldn't do this kind of stuff.
By the way, there's a trick we can do because if we just store all the files in the same directory and we want to do a check to see, okay, does this hash already exist somewhere? We would have to like have a giant directory full of stuff. Um, there's actually a way to avoid that. You can use the first two, like the first byte of the hash as a directory name and like chunk the storage into like using the hash, a prefix of the hash essentially.
Okay, that's definitely not gonna happen today, but I'm gonna write that as a to-do. So use a byte of the hash as a directory. Um, this is to not have a gigantic directory, right?
Yeah,
To a
and we can do that
subdirectory.
multiple times if we want. Like we can, if it turns out that one byte it still has too large directory, still too large, we can use the second byte as a nested directory. You see?
Yeah, yeah, I see what you're proposing there. Okay, cool. Okay, so then we try to open the file, and then Magetta said that instead of doing this, we should, I don't know, launch some sort of exception, I guess.
Yeah, but it will work the way it is right now.
Okay. Then I have a question. Where are the parameters going on here? What is the 0 for again?
Restart writing on the position 0.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Okay,
not
cool.
checking if a file already exists. Please write the top of it.
Yeah, no, but you already checked that once, right? Or am I confused? Because
Well, I
my
didn't check
understanding
it
my
anyway.
understanding is that the file to exist, you could not be matched on here.
That's the location.
Yeah, no, but now the locations are bounded to the
All right,
existence of
they're
the
one to
file.
one. Yes, that's true.
Cool. And then you write, and if you have an OK, you return the hash, and if you don't, you fail. Cool. And then we just put that in for a future commit. But if in the read the location was found, what do we do? What do we do? There's offset here. Magata, I think you mentioned that we would not need the offset anymore, right?
Yeah.
So we need to change this thing. Agree?
Yes.
So what should happen if we already have the locations found something?
Do nothing.
I don't think so. We should return it, no?
Well, you just returned, which is. Well, I mean, you
Like
don't write anything. That's what I
hash
meant.
and
The
then
hash is.
hash. No?
Hash is the first.
Oh, hash is the first. So boom, boom. Isn't that it?
Yeah. Delete the other.
Okay. Okay. I have a question. We are not doing what Marinho proposed. right? With the temporary file and everything.
Mm-hmm.
What? So this doesn't have idempotency at all.
It does.
It
I
does.
mean, more or less, it does. It's just
Hmm.
gonna dump to the file, but it doesn't.
If
It doesn't move this. For example, let me read the steps Mario said.
Sure.
In a transaction, writing operation, generate a unique value and use and create a temporary file. Flush the content to the temporary, and that's to unload the memory.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still loaded, but you're just gonna care about hashing the
Yeah.
data,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
yeah, it's on disk now. It doesn't need to live in RAM.
Right. Check if the blah, blah, blah. If there is, just delete the temp. I mean, in theory, it should be fine because
I mean,
like think
we
of
could even
chunking.
we could even leave the temp file there and just rely on cleaning it up later. We will probably need some kind of
Think of like the with my strategy of chunking. I think we could just write the pieces already, right?
Which is what we're doing here, down here, right?
Yeah, we could just write all the pieces already, and then you just hash each one of them, and then I don't think that should be a problem, right? You just go in a loop over the. Yeah, but anyway, the. Oh, but you're. Yeah. Each one of them should have its own temporary file. So you need to track all the temporary files for the chunks that you're doing. Okay, that's not a problem, but let's ignore that. So compute the hash, check if there is already a file with the hash, which the location should tell you already.
yeah. We're
So
using the hash as the file name, so it's just a file system lookup essentially.
yeah. If there is, just delete the temp and return the hash, the file that already exists, which is the hash that we are returning.
Yes.
If there is not, rename the temporary file using the hash as the name. If we fail at any point, which we're not, we're just printing,
Yeah.
either
Yeah,
fail during the write. So that's the only problem. We're not failing because, well, there's no point, right? We don't have a retrial.
yeah. I mean, if the file writing to the temp file fails, that's fine because that was just a temporary file. It's gonna get cleaned up later.
Mm-hmm.
If we succeed in writing the temporary file and we move it, and then the transaction fails after we wrote the file, that's also fine because eventually we're going to retry that transaction, right?
Which we're not doing that right now, but we will.
But eventually we will, and then when that happens, we're going to try to write the file again, but then we'll see that, oh, the file already exists, so that's fine.
Yeah, but I have my understanding, given what Magetta explained, is that his approach is kind of doing this, but without the need of the temporary file. Am I wrong?
Let's see. Open device content. The content comes from.
The content comes from here. We have the file name, we have the content. What Magetta did is we check locations. If we find,
Oh, you're writing straight to the final location already.
Yeah, I
yeah,
just skipped the
yeah.
temporary.
That's bad because if you fail in the middle of a
Yeah, yeah,
write, you
I
are
know.
corrupting your storage.
Exactly. But I don't care. I'm just writing there. Just because.
But I don't care. That stuff.
Okay, so just run this one. Test. See if
Sure,
oh,
but
wait. Let's change the read so we can test actually.
yeah, I know. But
So
I
here,
have another question for Marinho. Marinho, what Magetta just said, you and Magetta just said, means that if in the middle of the writing of this part here, if we fail, we're gonna corrupt the storage because you're gonna have written some of it.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
That's why we use a temporary file in my scheme, because if we corrupt a temporary file, that's fine because it's temporary.
So we should, in fact, later improve this to use the temporary file.
Yeah,
Yes, we should.
that was my point. I just don't want to lose time doing this, right? I want to test the idea.
Sure.
Okay.
Uh,
Uh,
uh, okay, so I was about to say,
okay.
so if in the middle of the process I'm using Canteen and I kick my computer and the drive dies, I'm fucked.
Yes.
Cool.
It's like guarantees that
Safety
Kafka
right
gives you.
there.
It's not much different than the guarantees that Kafka gives you. So you open the file name.
Oh,
So
okay,
this
okay,
is
okay.
have to change because
Okay,
the file name. Oh boy.
okay.
Here we go.
I actually want to have like 5 minutes of your time, Mageta, to tell you
Mm,
an experience that I had today with pair programming with Marinho.
okay.
Because we had a very particular. I was debugging a problem for a test for like ages, and I was very like unhappy and out of ideas. And we started
Okay.
messing around, and we discovered that in the code that we are dealing with, they have something called interceptors,
Okay.
which is basically like it's basically a bunch of try catches, but they are hidden from you because they're gonna
Well,
intercept it
technically,
for you.
Sounds like
yeah,
hell.
technically an interceptor is like a wrapper where
Yeah.
you give it a function that it's wrapping.
No.
Hmm.
It calls the function, but it can do something else before and after as well. And in
Yeah.
this case, it was putting a try catch and catching exceptions.
Yes.
To be fair, it sounds like hell.
Yeah. No.
But
I
then,
was very. I did a rant to Marinho saying, man, but this is specifically hiding information from me. And I was very like, okay, I'm gonna comment this shit, and I commented the try catches interceptors, and then like, what was the situation?
this is me.
The blob of error messages, it was like, as usual, so 2/3 useless, right?
Hmm.
Because JVM. Then when we removed the interceptors, it went to probably 7/8 useless. Like, and then I mentioned to Marinho. Remember when you were a kid and then you were playing video games and then you had like an achievements on the top right corner saying you achieved something?
Hmm.
When we removed the interceptors, I imagined, man, I could visualize and I could hear the sound of the trophy coming, saying it can be worse. That's the achievement. The error messages can be worse.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, JVM stack traces.
No, but
Mostly useless.
I was very impressed that they if you remove the interceptors, they would be even more useless, even more unreadable. It was like insane. But anyway, it can be worse. That's the achievement. Uh,
I was trying to find a picture of the Kafka book
the
that it
effective one.
tells something that is like probably no one knows, and it's absolutely cursed about the the round robin that it has inside.
No,
But anyway,
let's do the reading now. So, well, what do you
what
want to
the heck
change
is
here?
this EOF? Oh, okay, because it's a data. Never mind. Okay, so so we gotta change this code here now because the file name, when you're saying to read, okay, we have we have two different classes of code that we can execute, and this indentation is all cursed.
Yeah,
So let
it's
me do this.
very cursed.
So let me pick four of these. Control H. And let me copy a tab and I'll replace everything. Tabs. Much better.
The indentation is still cursed, but okay.
Yes, but we're gonna just
That's
fix
cool.
this,
That's cool.
guys. Now there's a few of these still. Okay. There's still one of these fuckers here. There we go. There's still one of you here, and I will not.
Actually, let's not care, man, because my Marinho already did the work for us. He did the formatting.
Ah, okay. So, but well, it bothers me to read, right? I can't read the code.
No, let's fix the indentation, but
No, it's
screw the
okay.
tabs.
It's okay. So, uh, okay. So if it is nil, if it's empty, so if you sent nothing in your hash, what will happen is that this should be an neutral hash. So you sent nothing. Then we assume that you just want to read by the file name. So we should read the file name, get the locations, and then we should read sequentially the list of hashes that we have there. So it's nothing like this code here. I mean, except for this part that is, well, just reading a file, right? But we should loop over that and read each one of them. So
Wait,
that's what we gotta
you
do.
were proposing to have like two modes of reading, I guess, which
Uh,
depends if the hash is a
if
neutral
the
hash
hash
or
is
not.
empty or not, yes. Because if you know already, like, where you want to read, you read that, right? And I'm still thinking that this is a bad idea.
What
Because
part of it?
think of this, like, think of a client. The client shouldn't care if for the unique identifier for the data, whatever. All they should care about is the position. But then you can make a case, right? Why should they care about position as well? So it depends on
Yeah,
how you
no,
see it.
I think we had this discussion still like in the SML days about. I was asking you guys, dudes, it would be very annoying. It will be very annoying if I have to store in my Postgres these hashes or offsets or nonsense. And then you guys told me that, but
I mean,
you need
something,
to.
yeah, something you need to store because if you want to pinpoint a specific position, right?
Yeah.
But I think the offset at least you can calculate by size, right? Which is generally what people do. You just get size of stuff. On hashes, you can't do that.
Okay, so you're proposing to swap the reading interface to instead of hashes using offsets?
You know, is it a good idea? Does that sound like a
We
good idea?
lost the offsets because we just removed them. Remember, we deleted the cursor, which was.
No, man, no, no. That's not what I mean by offset. What I mean by offset is a user offset. Like, for example, a file is like this. This is our disk, okay? Internal disk from this garbage. It's gonna be a, and it's a file name, okay? So
Hmm.
a txt whatever, and then it has like bytes. Then b txt has megabytes. Then c has txt 1 byte. So something like this.
Hmm.
So if you put like, and we know this is the sequence, okay? That's why I put the ABC. So you should have this on this code, right? On our code, we should have the logic saying, yeah, the hash, which is A, the hash B, and the hash C, they are in this order, right? And
Hmm.
then when the user says true, we should calculate with the sizes of these files and say, okay, so 2 read 10 bytes. So we go on the A and we're gonna do A offset. So true means A offset 0 plus 2 plus 10, like until 10. Oh, I want now 7, I want like 8,000 characters. So what is 8,000 here? Well, flattening out, this is gonna be 600 and something, you see? Of this here beyond. Just give me a sec.
Wait, I am not following the math. Marinho, are you following the math?
Not really.
Yeah, yeah, I don't think I'm following what Mageta is calling size in here. Because I was really on my mind of like offsets. I tell you the file, I tell you the offset, I tell you the amount, and that's it. But apparently he's talking about something else.
Okay, let me explain it again. So let me change to my favor. So this. So for the user, the offset 7,000. Where is that?
It's in the offset 7000. I I don't know, in the B file?
Okay, I'll ask another question that is even easier. For the user, where is 312? Where is that?
That
Like
is
you're doing a seek to this position, to this offset. Where is that?
No, we're actually saying
I don't follow,
like
man. Am I
if
crazy?
we go with
Man,
if we go with the writing scheme that you just wrote, those would actually be three separate files on the file system.
yes, that's my point. The offsets they are changing because we have different files. But what I'm proposing is the user shouldn't know about this. There's no point. So we have to do some math to convert the sizes of these files to the sizes of the user, as if it's in just one file, because that's what it means for the user. This is just ABC.
Ah.
For the user, it's just this. It's just ABC 123. Well, not 123. It's
Okay,
this.
so you're basically saying,
So when I say when the user says 7,000, it's gonna be 7,000 skipping this. So it's just gonna be 7,000 less this garbage. You see?
ah, I see. I'm gonna try to explain it to Marinho and then you see if I got it. So, Marinho, what Magetta is proposing is the user interface will have a monolithic, gigantic virtual file, and we're gonna receive the numbers that they are asking for in this monolithic virtual file, gigantic file. Then, but
Why?
but then internally,
Yeah, because that's how people store data. Like if I say write this to file ABC, I don't care how the database is storing the data, the files. If I say write this to position X, I just want you to write there. But of course that's inefficient, whatever, blah blah blah. So you're gonna write in this way, right? You're gonna split in the different files because we need the we need the what's the name? We need the idempotency and all that stuff. But those are our decisions. We shouldn't pass that down to the user,
yeah,
the client.
and that's
So
what he's proposing. So he's
so the
yeah,
proposal is let me put lower numbers. I think it will help. So this file here, imagine it has 2 bytes. This one has 3. This one has 1.
and I also need to fix this.
All right. Yeah. That will help. Okay. So
This is related to chunking, no?
Yes,
this
I
yeah,
think
this,
so.
yes.
This is a chunking strategy.
Yeah, no, the
Uh,
chunking should be completely transparent to the user, ideally.
oh, that true, but I wasn't thinking of chunking, right? I was thinking of you do a write once and then you do another write later, right? Which is analogous to the strategy that I mentioned on chunking. So that's true. But I meant on the user appending information later. Because in our mode right now of writing, we're just gonna make another file, right? So it will be analogous.
Yes.
Okay.
So if I for the user the offset 0. So okay, let's put a range. I think it will help.
I know, but now I think it's easy for Marin to understand. Marin, so assuming this model that I was explaining that ABC for the user is what matters, and we decided to do A, B, and C differently. If I
Mhm.
say 6, the API, the guy using this thing will say, I want to write at 6. We're gonna have to, what Magetta is explaining, that we're gonna have to do a conversion, some math, to discover 6 is what in
6 is gonna
our,
be 3 plus 2 plus 1, right? So
yes,
it's the next position here. So
yes,
it doesn't exist in this case.
exactly,
I mean, it does.
Okay.
It's the last position of this C, right?
yes, yes. Uh, well, actually, that's not really the case because if we're gonna use my Linux convention, this is gonna overflow because goes
Oh,
from zero
okay,
to
okay.
five.
So if you want to do 5, it will, right?
Yeah,
Only C.
but the idea is still the same. So did you get it, Marinho?
I still don't follow actually because, well, I mean, if we're going to split the things internally, then yeah, sure, we will need to compute the actual position, like
The size of
based on what came
the
before.
things. Yeah,
Yeah, the sizes of the things that came before.
yeah.
Okay, but
Yeah,
what else is
and
one?
why does that matter? Because my Geta wants to swap the interface instead of having a hash to have a number, and then
A
we're fucked.
number.
Yeah, like this 5, it will come here instead of having a hash.
Dude, if you're doing if the plan is that, you don't need the hash. The point of having a file name is so that okay, um, we know that hashes refer to immutable files, but we want them to be um, logically immutable, right?
Yes.
So what we do behind the scenes is okay, we actually map the file name, which is an arbitrary string, to a hash,
Or a
and
hash list.
then
Well, a
the
hash
hash
and then
tells.
a hash list, right?
Well, if we want to keep history, yes.
Well, not necessarily just okay. You're thinking of just the Merkle tree uh, root,
Keep
right? I
history
meant
or do
the
chunking or whatever. Yeah,
yeah.
but
Okay, I meant the list of the files that compose this file. That's what I meant, which is going to be on the Merkle tree anyway. So
yeah, it's gonna be on the Merkle tree. But the point is, if the user doesn't care, if he just says, okay, give me the latest version of this particular file, and he gives us a file name, he doesn't have to give us a hash. He just wants the latest version, whatever hash that may turn out to be.
he wants actually a file descriptor.
Oh wait,
For reading, yes.
okay, I understand what you said, Marinho, but I think Magetta wants to remove the hash to simplify to make the user's experience better. Because if we're gonna require the user to save these hashes, like that's how
I
this thing
mean,
is doing
I
right
I
now.
think so. I think okay. I'm thinking now. I don't think we should, but I'm thinking now of the use case for our relational uh, database implementation.
Yeah,
Uh, the idea there would be for us to branch files, right?
basically.
So, like, you want to make an operation, well, you branch and then you just create a new version. If you want to go back to the data that existed before, you just have a new thing. For you to control that, you will need to control the file descriptor you're looking at, right? That could
hmm,
be just a hash, which is the top of the Merkle tree, the root.
yes.
So I think we could settle with that. The file descriptor is the hash, basically, that refers to a specific file, like a version of the file in history. But the rest is just normal access, like uh, just normal uh, offset arithmetic, so you can access the positions you want.
Okay, so you're basically saying we're gonna have two ways of reading stuff via the hash and via the offset.
Mm, not really. I said what you do to read is that you read uh like what you read in chunks, right, on the client. You're not gonna read, well, you can read everything, right, or you can read like a specific size. Those are the only two options, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, by propagating a hash, we would read just a chunk as well, but it's a logical chunk that might not mean anything for the client, right? Like
Okay.
could be just the way it chunked. So what about now? You're gonna have to do this anyhow. So I think it's better to just say, okay, I want to read 1 GB. Fine. You just go there and then you pass 1 GB and then we send it back. So with that, you don't have a hash for the 1 GB, but instead you have the size. So you just pass the file name and the amount you want, then we transparently the amount, the 1 GB. In this case, like all of them, right? The
No, but
six.
but that again, maybe I am confused because what you said makes sense to me. You said, "Oh, I know what the amount that I want, and I'm gonna send that to you." But you also mentioned before that we could use the hashes of the top of the Merkle tree as the file descriptor, no?
The file descriptor is which version of the file you want to access. Because think,
Ah,
you might, since it's immutable, you might have different chunks of the file in different versions of history of this file.
I see.
So it's to know what chunks you should use, basically.
I see. So what's the best way to implement to update this code then?
Uh,
Well, ideally, actually, we should change this to, instead of taking a file name and a hash, you should take an atom, which will be either file name or hash, and then the final argument will depend on the atom. And then we can say, okay, if you give me a hash, I'll give you a specific version of a specific file. But if you give me a file name, I'll just give you the latest version of this file, whatever that may be.
you mean this? Because here right now we do a read, right, of a file name at a specific hash. So this hash could refer to the hash of the file. Oh, just give me a sec.
The point is that if you have a hash, well, Mageta's not here.
Alright, you can go on.
Yeah, but if you have a hash, you don't need a file name because you already have the hash, which refers to the contents.
I'm back.
Oh, and if we are now writing the files as using the hashes as their names.
No, that's not it. Basically,
What?
there are two layers of file names, okay? There's the physical layer where we name the files after the hashes, and that's like the what backs our storage.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
there's the logical file name, which is what the user cares about, right? Because they want to look at
Oh,
this
right.
as if it
See,
was
yeah,
a.
makes sense. It's either this or this, right?
Yeah, we don't need both of them. Either the user will give us the logical file name, and then we look at the file history, grab the latest hash, and return that file to them. Or they'll give us a hash, and then it doesn't matter about the file name because the hash refers to a specific
Oh, actually,
content.
we would need
Oh.
this,
Yeah,
which
no.
is optional,
Yeah,
but
no, but
this.
Marinho didn't mention this because he wants to return the entirety of the file to them, the
I
latest
So
mean,
one.
let's do.
we could accept an offset and size so that we don't need to give the
Let's
user the entire thing if they
yes.
don't care about the entire thing.
Let's do the simple case where we do everything. If we do that, we can limit by offset and size later. So let's just omit this for now.
But there is an atom here that we
Oh,
need to pattern match.
you don't need the atom. Oh, you
No,
do because
we
you
do
can
need
differentiate the
because
type. Uh,
if we are providing a
no,
file
wait.
name, we need to do two
Organize
lookups.
it. At least organize it.
Sure, but Marinho, correct me if I'm wrong. If we have the file name case, we do a lookup on the files table and then in the locations table, because the files table will give us the hash, and then the
The
hash,
list of hashes.
yes, and then we pick the latest and we do a lookup on the locations table to try to read it from the disk, and that's the
Yes.
file name
I mean,
case.
we even need a locations table at that point? It's just a file system lookup, right? Because the hash is the physical file name.
Yes. It's the
That's
same. It's
correct.
the same
That's
thing.
correct. And in the other case, in which we have the hash, we just straight up try to look up physically.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Uh, uh,
What
uh,
limits?
I am because Marinho just said something that triggered a thing in my mind, which he said, why we in the reading we don't need to touch locations table
Yes. Because it's one to one
Because
with the hash.
yeah,
because
because
what?
the hash already tells us the location because we're using the hash as
No,
the
no, I
physical
understand the
file
reason.
name.
I understand the reason, but now I'm trying to justify to myself why do we need a locations table? Uh,
I mean, if this is supposed to be distributed, maybe we know that we don't have the file corresponding to this particular hash, but some other node over there has it, and the location table would be useful for that, for knowing.
okay, but do you agree then that for a single node in the network, we wouldn't need
Yeah,
that?
yeah, for a single node, just using the files that it has locally, it doesn't need the locations table at all.
Ah, okay, so I'm not tripping. Okay, 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 but I understand why we need it. I understand. Okay, so while Mageta is doing the file name version, I'm gonna do the easiest one, which is the hash version. Uh, what is the syntax? Oh, I don't have. Oh, it is semicolon. Cool.
We have name and hash.
So we're gonna have hash. Do we care about the entire neutral hash stuff anymore? I don't think we do, right?
What?
Yeah, are we
Oh no,
using the neutral
no.
hash?
Delete this for now. We will, but for now, no.
Cool. Okay,
So
but that's
this.
to do. Neutral hash should be here
Later
somehow.
has this, and I stupid.
Okay, so I assume my case will also not use the neutral hash for now. So you need to do a read on the files table. I don't because I already have the hash.
How do I map in Erlang? That's a good use.
What do you want to map?
List map, I think.
Oh, we are using that down here. You can copy. Here,
Hash
line 170.
and line what?
170.
170.
You can copy here.
Oh, so I did it right.
Um,
Just this.
I have another question. Assuming that the guy has the hash, the user, and you're gonna do the simplest lookup, do I provide the entirety of it, or is gonna have like some sort of a like size, anything, something?
I wait. I don't follow. Say it again.
So
We agreed we're going to do that later, right? Because
oh,
it's easier to just return the entire thing, and then later we can do the offsetting in case we want to just,
okay,
in case the user wants just to ask for a slice of the entire thing.
okay. So I just need this, Marine, right? That's it.
Read, basically, yeah.
Oh no, I need this. This is what I need. Cool.
Oh,
Cool.
this read is reversed. So I think I should revert the list.
Oops.
I could actually fold, but I'll not do that. I'll just revert. Nah, never mind. I'll read it on the opposite. Who cares?
Magenta
Um,
is very decisive.
yes. I'm sorry, but I'm not Gemini. Uh,
Very decisive. Uh, so this case, no, this case is for that. This case is for this, and there's something wrong in indentation still. Um, no, this is here. That's it. That's actually it. So I'm gonna just try to read to open the hash using the hash as the file name. If I couldn't, I couldn't. So offset size. So does Erlang has a version that I can read everything at in a single shot instead of having to pass the size? That would be useful. Be read. Um, yes. I don't know. Wait.
guys, you don't need to pass location to be read.
No, look. No, size. I
Size.
mean.
Yes.
Okay, so this is 0, and then I just return the data. Otherwise,
This indentation
uh,
is pissing me off, man.
I don't have any modes here to help, so we are very raw today.
Oh, fun. We don't even need a transaction read because the data is immutable.
Wow, it
Oh,
can
to
be
read the
blazing
hash anyways.
fast.
Is that
Can
it?
be it
Marin,
can
can
be
you look at my
blazing
screen?
fast. Like Sonic.
Yes, I'm looking at your screen.
Yeah, so this is the create command version hash. Which, by the way, Well, we can deal with that later. Anyway, just look at it. For me, it's very straightforward. I try to read a file using the hash as the file name. If I find it, I read it from zero to the end, and I just return the data. Otherwise, well, we should fail because we need to, as Magetta said before, we should fail. We are not failing right now. But that should be it. Do you agree?
Yeah, that looks okay. I mean, it looks like it makes sense. So
Yeah, but this should be a. I have a feeling this should be a separate function because I think Magetta is just gonna copy paste.
maybe.
So
I mean,
what are
actually,
we
yeah, that should
doing?
because yeah.
So he's creating something called read, which is a function that picks a hash and does exactly that. But I just said it. I just fucking said it.
What?
I just said that this piece of code that I'm highlighting right now, this should be a function. And then what you
Alrighty.
did is to make it a function up here. Cool.
Uh, so fold. I don't remember how is the C fold R.
I'm actually gonna do that. So let's make a read
Move this
hash.
to our utilities.
I would do that. And then I'm gonna pick
Fold
the this.
function accumulator in list. Okay.
And for some random reason,
Where's the garbage I was?
gets
Where did it
read.
go?
What are
Here.
you? Why are you complaining?
Here. So
There. Oops.
okay,
And
you're gonna move there. So let me delete
oops.
this.
I think you're
Here.
missing a dot somewhere.
We are. I think it's in here even.
But okay. Sim. Okay, never mind. So this function will be a little bit. Will be this.
Yeah, but I'm gonna move it to the utils. You're correct on that.
It's gonna be the hash.
So we'll
And
have
which one comes first? I don't even know.
there. Oops. There.
Okay, so it is the accumulator, the second guy.
We don't have a utils folder yet.
ACC. That's gonna be ACC.
I'm gonna keep it here for now.
Okay, how do you concat binary?
I think we did. Have we done this before? I don't remember.
Erlang binary.
Man, it's very crazy the amount of shit we did in this. Like the compose function to me is still to this day is still kind of nuts.
I mean, it's basically what you would have done. Well, not really. Um,
That was
not
crazy.
really.
At
That was
least,
crazy.
at least I have never done that. Just saying.
Yeah, but that like he was about to say, we kind of did.
I was gonna say this is what you would have done if you were implementing a concatenative language, but actually you wouldn't. You would just execute the functions because you know you would just call
Oh,
it. You wouldn't.
look how convenient it is. You just put the value, like the ACC comes later. So wait, I'm reading reversed. So this guy comes first. Well, let's see.
Ooh,
Descubra.
boy, oh boy. Man,
Hashtag
all of
descubra.
this gets deleted, and the answer to this is just read the hash. Awesome.
Uh, oh, I forgot the here. Oops. There we go.
Okay,
And I think that's it.
so what are we doing?
It's
We are
probably
doing a
gonna
lookup.
explode. But let's see.
No, it's probably gonna explode, but I want to first fix. Oh, okay, I see the problem with the indentation. We are missing, no, but this is here and this is here. Much better. What are we doing? We are reading the files. Then we're gonna have a list as expected. No, don't remove the to do, man. We're gonna forget. You know
That
we're
to
gonna
do
forget.
is not doesn't mean anymore.
Wait, what?
That to do doesn't mean anything right now. It was about the hash being empty, which is the
Yeah,
thing below,
which is the thing
which is
below
134. Like that's the line.
134. Are
Yeah,
you? Wait, what?
it's that case. This hash refers to the line that it's already there on the 135. So there's no need to handle the empty thing now.
No. Okay, and then you have a bunch of things. I don't remember. The latest is the is
Is the last file. The last
yes.
update on this file.
Yes, and then are doing your folds. So you have the hash, you have the
Which,
accumulator.
by the way, have we changed Garbaggio?
Where?
Because why there are three records? What's the first here?
I don't remember, but there are three. I just
Oh,
remember
I
that
think it's
it is three.
files. It gives you the name of the record.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
And then you are basically reading the hashes, and then you are basically accumulating them over. Yeah.
Oh man, I think this is
Wait, wait,
wrong.
wait, 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 wait. I'm confused. Isn't the hashes supposed to be like a history thing? Are we merging the data of all the history?
Isn't the what? Wait, say it again.
My understanding is that we have multiple hashes for the
Yes.
intent of having history.
Yes.
So if you are folding,
No, actually, we have a list of hashes.
wait a moment, we have a list of hashes.
The first list is the history. The second list is the files. Are the files?
Mm, but I'm only seeing one. Oh, so this is the history. The rest is the history.
Yes.
Oh, and
I'm
these are
just
the
getting ahead.
files.
But here's the thing, like you said, three. I think the first is okay, right? Or is it the name of the thing? I don't know
I
why
don't
we did
know
this.
either.
But check this out here. Which one is wrong now?
Wait, where are you?
Follow me up here.
Oh, 73?
Yeah. Which one is correct? Because this is also amnesia read, but we're putting this. So is this wrong? I don't know.
This is wrong because we did this today. So probably it is this. And then there's a comma. Probably. Potentially. We can actually check that. Let's just go to the Amnesia documentation. It's very easy to find that. So if you go to functions and what are we doing? You're doing a read. So scroll all the way down and we're doing the version with two arguments. So a read returns us a tuple. We know that. But what are the things on the tuple, friend? Uh, Marinho, I remember we found this rather quickly. Do you remember?
Um, I don't actually.
Okay, so never mind. Let's try to run this shit and see what the heck breaks. So, well, that's kind of the what Magetta wants, so why not? Okay, I'm doing the Knicks. I'm doing the Knicks. I'm very certain. I'm very fucking certain that it is the third thing that matters for us. Everything else is just bogus. Magetta, you there?
Oh yeah. Sorry. What?
Are you alive? No, no, no. I was just waiting for my Knicks so we can run. We're gonna run the code. Uh, surprised that today is taking me a long time to find what the heck is the tuple. I remember finding this very quickly. Sad. Oh, I think we need to check the context activity. Maybe. No. That's not the right way to do it. Okay. So let's go. Rebar 3 shell. And it failed. So there is a syntax error on line 70. Line 70. There is a syntax error. Um, bruh. Bruh. Are you asking for like a semicolon?
Amazing.
And I did it wrong because I did Emacs shortcuts. Syntax error before end. Oh, it's because this is wrong and this is wrong. Yep, 75. What is wrong with 75? So 75, we are creating a function, and it's complaining that syntax error before end before. Maybe no semicolon there. Yep, cool. So 111. Now it's complaining saying head mismatch. What? Head mismatch? Bruh. I never. This error message doesn't make sense to me. Can somebody help me?
It's
Let
a
me.
JoJo reference.
Oh man, it's so colorful on your screen. Just noticed that.
Yeah, I love this theme.
It's
Uh,
like
so it's
a
saying that there is a
Saladin
head mismatch on 111.
head mismatch.
Yeah, head of
What?
like this head.
Huh?
I don't understand this error message.
It's a JoJo reference.
Could
No,
it be
man.
that it's the like it's not getting the top level command with something that we pass into it?
No, I really don't think that's the case. Oh, I see the problem. I think. Ooh. Does that mean that we cannot have functions between
Oh,
pattern matching?
in between. Ah, that could be. Never thought of that, but it could be.
Uh, well,
The order doesn't matter, by
that
the way.
makes sense in the case of like we implementing it because that's 100% how we would do it. I know us, but I'm very surprised they did it this way. So 130. So there is
Yeah,
a
that
parenthesis missing somewhere.
parentheses missing 100 and
30. This needs to be in parentheses?
uh no.
No.
Add a slash binary on the read hash after. Yes, this.
After. I don't think that is the
Uh,
problem.
Potentially,
So
it's another
yeah,
problem.
syntax error before opening parentheses. Oh, it's because there's a space here.
No, that shouldn't matter, man. That doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter.
Okay, something weird just happened, but I'm back.
Okay. Um,
Is this a thing? It's saying syntax error. Man, I don't understand syntax error. Oh, here maybe. This is wrong.
no, it's
No.
before that even. Line 49. Can you go to column 49?
There. Wow. That
What?
was very impressive. I didn't know that,
Yeah.
but okay.
I, okay.
No.
I'm thankful this was the record. Because man, what?
Yeah, I did it all like at random, but okay.
Uh, what? It's like in the middle of ACC. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's saying before some some parentheses. So I think we are doing
Okay,
syntax
do
wrong.
something here. Cut the read hash and then the hash application in the function there.
Cut
Cut that
what?
out. You see the read hash in green
Yeah,
hash. Just cut this without the binary. Yeah,
cut.
cut this. Put it as a variable like new whatever. No, no, no. It needs to be inside the fold.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Uh,
Yeah, just put
value
it in a variable.
there, there, and
Because
then
I'm not sure if you can call
I
a
think we
function
can't. I think
application
that
on
was
this.
the reason we did neutral hash the way that we did.
Yeah. Oh yes, that was the
Variable
case.
hash is unbound.
Yes,
Makes
sir.
sense. We don't have hash.
Yeah. So
Now
we
what?
don't send that anymore, right? We
We
don't
need
send
to.
hash anymore.
That's the interface of create command.
You
We
can
need to
just
hash the
return the
shit.
hash from the function. No, wait.
No, this is the hash and the function, the thunk, right? The thunk that we are doing the process.
Return empty.
Return empty. Oops. Cool. Huh?
I th-
Well, it's a
you
dynamic
might
language. Doesn't mean much.
you might need to delete your database and restart Minigia because we changed the tables, right?
Yeah. So I probably have. Yeah,
Unless you want to do a database migration in Minigia.
I have no
RF.
RF. I have no willingness to do that right now. Uh, so now what? I just do rebar 3 shell. It's gonna call bootstrap, no? Or am I wrong? If you go to the server, are we calling bootstrap? No, we're not calling
It's the
bootstrap.
same problem I was having, essentially.
That's cool. So I'm gonna have to do the same convoluted process that Maketa somehow got it right at first try. Cool.
Don't forget to comment the accept as well.
The accept. Oh, I see. Booted server. So now I need to do disk bootstrap. And okay. And then I do what? Accept.
Accept 1111.
Is accept in here?
Or you can just uncomment those two lines and rerun the shell as well.
Cool. Okay. So apparently it worked, Magetta. I guess I'm gonna have to launch Emacs. Oh no, I can use the. Do I have the program that?
I'll
Maybe I
send the
don't have.
command. Yeah, everyone should have it. But send the thing already, Marinho, with the slashes, please.
Yeah, that would help.
Oh, okay. Oh, I closed the terminal.
Awesome. Can't you search history there?
Oh, it's fine. It's not that difficult to do. Let me just client L. Then this needs to be this. This needs to be this. This needs to be this.
Wait, wait, wait. What are we expecting to test? Does anybody remember? Because we just refactored. Oh, we are testing the read. The read should succeed now. That's what we're doing.
Yes.
That's what we're doing. The read should succeed because now we are, in fact, not promising it. We are doing it, which is more important.
And then ABC. Okay, here are the two strings, and they are now escaped. Although I'm not sure actually. Oh wait, but if you're gonna type it in the terminal, that's fine. Uh, and we should use single quotes actually, otherwise the shell is going to interpret those backslashes, and we don't want that.
Is it this what you did? 1111 or something?
Localhost 1111. You need to give the host and then the port, and they are separate. There's no column uniting them.
Is that it?
Yup.
So this should do a writing process.
This should do the right, yes. Um,
What happened there? Is it hanging?
well, it's
Oh yeah.
expecting more inputs because you can type more stuff if you want, but you
No,
can
but
just do
it
a
100%
Control C.
it 100% broke. Okay, so let's read here. Aborted, undef, hash replace, blah blah blah. So it failed on line 77. So what is line 77? 77. Oh, this. Magetta,
Hmm.
do you know if you do an Erlang open and the file doesn't exist, what's gonna happen?
Probably gonna explode,
Awesome.
which is what happened. Can you remove the circumflex now?
Remove the circumflex. Oh, you
Yeah,
mean
let it
this?
hash. Yeah, let it hash now. Comment this and uncomment the second.
I don't remember
Uh,
why we did the other way, but
the test. Because it's predictable, right? The output.
okay, so boom.
Yeah, that's our hash.
It broke though. It's 100% aborted, and it's line 77 again.
Which is 77?
The
Can you
same.
show? Uh, man, I'm not sure you can open a file with a binary as the name.
Oh,
I think we should convert the hash to a string to do that.
In which case, we should probably encode because the hash is gonna come as an actual, arbitrary binary, which may not necessarily be text.
well, we can, but there is a function to binary to string. I am 100% positive
Yes,
on
but
that.
I'm not sure if that's gonna do much.
We need some kind of binary to hex or
Yes.
binary to base 64 or something.
Yeah.
Well, there is a binary module. Let's see
Yeah,
what
I
it
think
does.
base 64 because if you just do to a string, it will just convert to ASCII and then it's gonna print like weird symbols like
They have an
bell or
encode
something like that.
hex.
Okay. That not sure if that works though.
I'm trying to find a base 64. So encode unsigned. Nah, 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 nah. I'm sorry to report, boys, but I don't think they have a base 64. Let me do a control F here. Oh, wait. Ooh. Oh no no, this is from base 64 to something else. That's not what we want. Yeah, that's definitely not what we want. We want to go to base 64. How do we do that? They have a base 64 stuff, but they are showing me how to get out of it. We want to go to it. So how do we do the thing? How do we do the thing? Uh, okay, so binary to base 64 Erlang. I want to do the opposite, bruh.
Who wants to start playing Yu-Gi-Oh with me?
Who?
Yeah.
Oh, if I had the cards, sure.
I mean,
Oh, there is a way. There is a fucking way. Awesome. Okay, so it is this, boys.
check this
File.
video.
So hash name, and then we're gonna do base 64 column encode, and then we're gonna pick this. There, there, and then here we're gonna do like that. Are you happy? Didn't complain. Boom. And aborted anyway. Line 78. Yeah, it did. So this seems base 64.
Oh, but it's the traditional base 64. There are slashes there.
Oh, but there is another thing.
Oh, right. The slashes can't be
Man,
part of the.
man, these people, they think of everything. So encode to string.
I love this video, man.
And oh, there's two slashes in there.
Yeah, no, there's probably a variant of base 64 that's URL safe. We should use that.
Very interesting. Wow, man, my Marinho is so fucking good, man. I want more Marinhos in my life. That's it. That's exactly what we want. Because now I'm gonna do. Uh, wait. Ba 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 ba.
Everyone is. Oh man, my mind is not working already. Yours is.
Yeah, no, but it is. There is. It's called URL safe, exactly as Marinho said. The problem is that I don't really know how to do the.
Can you show? Can you send the garbage?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. So
Meanwhile, watch the video I sent.
okay, I'm gonna watch the
I
video.
was scrolling through my FYP and
Let me
I was
see.
scrolling through
So
my FYP and seeing the most craziest fight on
URL
live.
Hero
safe.
Inferno Gainer to my field attack mode. Now Inferno Gainer, attacking face down monster for 1600.
Evil heroes, more like foolish heroes.
So you're looking at
Behold,
mine
the
decor.
marshmallow. And when it's split face up as a result of battle, you take 1,000
Wait, isn't Marshmallow
points
like
of burn
banned?
damage. And this
I
guy
think yes.
can't be destroyed in battle.
Oh, man.
And it's back to me already. Ha!
Which must suck. Imagine you get like an overpowered card and you can't use it.
No man,
Like-
like
My
old
Harvey
school
Specter does
Yu-Gi-Oh,
the
it's
spell
very
card.
broken.
Destroying
Yes.
all spell and trap cards you currently control.
Like there is the. Yeah, this is very nostalgic to me. So there is the. What's it called? The mirror force or mirror barrier. That it's a trap that literally destroys all the face up monsters on the
Mhm.
enemy's field. Just like that. Just like that. That's crazy. Of course it's banned.
Okay, Lemons, I think.
I think I know how to do it though. It's like this, no? And then I do mode, and I don't remember how to do assignment. I think it's this or this for.
I don't think it's a record. I think it's a
It's a
tuple.
map.
It's a map.
Where are you reading it's a map?
If you go to the link that I sent, right, Marinho?
It's not saying
Yeah,
it's
if
a
you look
map.
at the data types, you need to give it the options as a second argument.
Yes.
And options is a map where you can have a padding and it can have a mode.
And the mode is the one
The
that we want.
options. Oh, I see. The options are they're custom type. Okay.
Yeah, but how do we do? What is the syntax to make maps again? I keep forgetting.
Oh, arrow.
Hash curly
Like a
brace.
thick arrow.
Oh, it is arrow.
Hashtag and thick arrow.
Yeah, and thick arrow between the key and the value.
And then
URL
just URL
save.
save. Yeah.
Let's see if this works. Cool. So there's that.
Encode to string. He didn't show anything friendly.
Yeah.
No. But I think it's just ASCII. So, like, it's printing still, but it's ASCII, right?
Yeah, but I
So,
don't really understand.
oh wait, actually, it failed on the function, no?
No, it failed on line 77, which is the same function as
Yeah, but it failed
this.
on calling the function, it seems.
Ooh,
Oh
that's
no,
true.
actually, yeah.
So wait, what? It failed to encode to string with options. Did I
With
did
the
am I doing
URL
right?
safe. Could it be that you need both options on the option?
Including the padding?
Maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
That would kind of suck, but okay.
Well, it does say it has a default value if omitted partially, so
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Still
still
failed.
nothing. Okay.
Is it with comma that you separate the keys?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. Um, what?
Yeah. Okay. I just
How did you type URL safe?
Yeah, maybe I'm typing it wrong. URL safe. I'm typing it like this.
Mm-hmm. That looks alright. Can you put
I
standard just test?
Sure. Standard.
And leave it true on the padding,
Leave it true.
which is the default anyway. Okay.
And then I'm gonna go here and trigger the process. Nope.
It still explodes. Why are you
But the
trying to
error is
do
the error is on
GCC
that.
function?
That happens when the function is not defined, right?
That happens in what?
Oh, right. It could be the access.
The what?
Are you doing base64 and colon and then that? Apparently, yes.
I'm doing base 64.
And then encode to string, which is not mistyped.
Oh, I found the problem.
Okay.
The page you linked, Lemos, is for version 26, and we're running Erlang 25.
Oh, right. It could be
Uh,
old.
And in version 25, you can't give options to the encoding and decoding of base64.
really?
Yes.
That's comatic.
I am very fucking sad right now.
Yes, you don't. Oh man, this is so sad. Okay, so time to go to the next flag.
I like that. I like it. I like baguette a bit. Okay, so I don't really remember.
So just change there to Erlang underscore 26.
Yeah, but that's not. I don't think that's how it works. We need to clean this up because I really think this was made with like Zig in mind.
And just go down the shell.
No,
That's
it
all
is
you're running now.
26.
No, that's the thing you're using to build. Go down. There.
Where?
Erlang ls, L format, just those are the packages you have when you run garbage. Can you explicitly put Erlang 26 there? It's probably inheriting from one of these packages and it's using our older version, very likely. Okay. Should do it.
No, it's showing your link 26.
Yeah,
Which is
and
cool.
now it's fetching. Okay.
Okay, but that's very good catch, Marinho. Good catch. Okay, and now if I do rebar 3 shell, is that gonna work?
Oh, it
No.
was. Oh,
Cool.
rebar. Oh man, no, no man, no,
So,
no
is there a
rebar.
way? Is there
We're
a way to
probably gonna
say?
need to. We're probably gonna need to override the internal package of rebar.
Is there a rebar 326 in
No,
expectors?
no.
Oh man, I want to cry again.
Uh,
Version mismatches are fun.
Very. That sucks. That's very inconvenient. We want
now
to
it's
use.
we're finally in the Nix help.
We want to use Erlang 26, but rebar is using Erlang 25.
Just give me a sec.
Not
Wait.
Erlang, rebar. Rebar is using Erlang
Let's
25.
hope the rebar has some docs or change the version.
Uh, okay, I'm gonna search on for that as well. So rebar change. Uh, Imagine for a moment that the version of rebar pins the version of Erlang. That's gonna be fun.
No, I don't think so. I think at max, all that we'll have to do is uh, to do an override the internal package of and create our own custom package of rebar, which already sucks, but that's not impossible. Ah,
Aha!
did you find it?
There is a how to build rebar 3. I don't want to build rebar 3 though.
Yeah, that's strange.
But the guy is asking how can you do rebar. Ooh, but there's a link of some docs. Base config.
Oh man, I don't see anything using. Like, I don't think we can do that.
But now what? Can we use hex? Because hex is still a thing.
Wait, Nix. Let me consult the Oracle. Man, like I
Are you
hate,
talking to
absolutely
Benevides?
hate. No, man, no, no. I absolutely hate doing these on Nix, man, because, like, okay, I want to write like kind of an overlay. How the heck do I do this? I don't know this on this stupid syntax. I don't know.
Yeah, but
If it was
that's
just Lisp, I could guess,
yeah, but
and
we
it would
are
probably
that's
be
just a
right.
skill issue because we didn't learn the syntax.
Well, I've been using this garbage for 3 years, and I still don't know the syntax.
Well, but
And that tells
Benevides
a lot.
knows, so that's 100% skill issue on our part. And I am to blame on that as well. I'm using this for 2 years.
Well, if I use Geeks for like what 6 months, and in 6 months I captured the essence of the thing, and I could package my own stuff. I can't do that on Nix. Why?
I never really tried to learn properly the syntax, so I cannot speak for myself. But if that's your experience, that's okay. I it's
Um,
valid. Uh, yeah, I really think we're gonna have to do an overlay, man. I really think that's gonna be the solution. Which sucks because I only did it once, and it's like more than 1 year ago. Uh, but I want to go back. What about because you guys mentioned base 64, but what about hexadecimal?
That works. It's longer, but it should work.
Yeah, so there is a thing available for that. So it's called encode. No, it's called decode hex, and you pass a binary. And you pass a binary. Um, encodes a no, it's encode hex. Let's try encode hex here to see what the heck happens. So we can try to make the base 64 as a future, as a well, another time that
ah
we
man,
think
no,
about.
no, I don't want to do this, man. The guy is like going to make a flake. So cringe. Is there this? Is there such a thing as this?
Encode hex.
Man, no. The guy's like trying to do a derivation of the rebar package, but just changing the Erlang. So we would clone the Nix packages,
No, but that's
just
not an
bump a
overlay.
package. You can do an overlay by just yield inputs, which is the whole point. But how do you do the overlay? There are 3 ways to do it, as far as I know. Uppercase.
That's not the correct. Thank you. Boom. Undef. Okay, is this also a 26 feature that I'm being trolled? Let's go back. Let's open the binary module. How can we
I'm
know the
thinking about what
version?
you said about the skill issue, and sure, that could certainly be the case, but man,
Every
that's
time
not to say that the thing doesn't suck.
I agree that it's not because people know it that it doesn't suck, but every time I talk to Victor and Benet, I am certain I have a very high degree of skill issue, even if it sucks.
Man, I asked Victor, man, how the heck do you know so much about Nix? And he learned because he's part of the Nix Brazil, right? Both Benet as well. And they basically hacked and talk to people and they see other people doing stuff. So that's like osmosis, right?
Sure.
Because I don't see like documentation. Like people say, oh no, there's plenty Nix documentation. Man, if you try to read the docs out there, they are just like basic things that you actually don't need most of the time.
I agree on that. But
Mm.
even with that, I consider that there's still a lot to know. That like if I read that like if I spent a weekend reading the Nix documentation, I would like not suffer as much.
Lemos,
Yes.
encode hex only takes one argument.
In
Yeah,
the
so it's not.
25?
Okay, so it's not identifying the function. That makes sense.
Oh, it is saying here. It is the one with 2 arguments is only 26 again. Uh, and the version with only 1 argument is since 24. So now we should have it. Come on, boys. Come on.
Oh, it worked.
Aha. Okay. Now it
So
failed to do the
we need to
open.
turn the binary into a string, right? Because the output is still a binary.
Yeah, it's a bit string
Okay,
actually.
so this is gonna be binary, and then
Binary to list.
No,
binary
no, it's
to
just binary underscore.
list.
It's on the not there.
It's on the Erlang, right?
You don't need to because it's already open. But if you want to qualify it,
That.
can you please send it back? Because
Send it back. What do you mean?
the base 64, the hash instead of the crazy hash, just send it back to Emacs. That thing. That's what I'm saying.
Oh. Wait.
Send the hash name instead of hash to Emacs. That's my point.
Oh, sorry, I didn't get it. Could you repeat?
Send hash name instead of hash to Emacs.
Oh. Good good catch. Let's try that.
It shouldn't matter anything though.
Didn't
And
change
it's still,
shit.
yeah, and you forgot
Because
to
we're
change the
still
order.
failing. And in the other branch, we're not doing the conversion.
Could
In
it
the
be,
other
man?
branch.
Isn't that too long for opening a file?
Ooh, do you think it's the name of the file?
I think it's too long.
I want to know because it's saying undef, right? So I want to check the open again. So
Maybe it's
Erlang.
the right that is wrong.
I think maybe we are using 26 Erlang 26 stuff, and we shouldn't. So documentation time.
Oh, change to file instead of Erlang. Let me see, actually. File. Where's this?
So open.
File name, no.
Yeah, open. Yeah, so it is correct as far as I can tell. But in terms of example, do you have an example of use case of this stuff? Of course we don't. Cool. So let's try with file, just because I think it's saying here, file. Let's see what happens. So, but in that case, I need also to change this guy. Let's one step at a time. So there, there. Nope. Undef.
Erlang p right. Now it's p right that is
Oh,
wrong.
now it's P right. You're correct. So maybe this is also file.
File as well.
So let's change these things.
And we are using the 3 or
File.
the 2?
I think we are using. I think they are
3.
both. The three and the
No,
two.
wait. Let me see. P right with 3 things. Wait. Stop moving, man. Wait.
P right with three things.
Yes, go back there. So 3 things. The first argument is the device. The second is the location. So the position, right?
Yeah.
And then the location is allowed to be an integer for raw and RAM modes. So change the mode for. Oh wait. So we changed the mode instead of. Wait. Okay, is on open then? That should be raw, I think. Yes. So okay. So what is allows faster access to a file as no Erlang process is needed. However, a file is open in this way with the following limitations: the functions in the IO module cannot be used. Okay, especially if Erlang line blah blah blah. Remote
It
Erlang
worked.
cannot be used. Did you change to raw?
I think that raw is the default.
Not sure about that, but okay.
It worked. Now I can copy the read that Marinho made. Thank you, Marinho, for your. Man, Marinho is very good at doing this type of shit. I
The
don't really know why.
Actually the raw is not the default of the open.
Oh,
It,
so what is the
it's either
default?
write or raw.
You said write or raw?
Yes,
We are
because
doing
this is
write.
attaching an Erlang process with some other stuff. So instead of write, it should be raw. But since it worked, I don't even know
Oh,
anymore.
we can test. That's not a problem. But I wonder what else do I need to change? Like raw is saying. What is the difference between raw and write?
I'll read again. Write. The file is opening for writing. Is open for writing. It is created if it does not exist.
Yeah.
If the file exists and write is not combined with a read, the
The
file
file
is
is
truncated.
truncated. Yeah.
Raw allows faster access to a file as no link to handle the file. However, a file opened in this way has the following limitation. 1. The functions in the IO module cannot be used, as they can only whatever. Especially if read line is to be used in a raw file. Makes sense, it's just raw. Only the Erlang process that opened the file can use it. That's also fine.
Mm-hmm.
A remote Erlang file server cannot be used. That's also fine.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. That's cool. Um. So let's test with raw before continuing. So let's go rebar. Let's say boom, and it failed. So
Did you
apparently
change
it
on
is
the
not raw.
case clause? Where did it fail? Locations. That's something else.
73. 73. It failed doing this read, apparently.
Yes.
Why changing this to raw? Change that.
Could it be that you tried to write twice?
Oh, maybe you're correct.
Yeah, it's Amnesia that's exploding.
Oh, but to fix that, I'm gonna have to delete the stuff, comment.
Yes.
I wanna die.
Send another data. Send like two instead of one.
That works. Let's do that.
Yeah, then you need to queue it, but
So in
two.
here,
Instead of one, the last. Just the last.
boom. Oh yeah, error.
Okay.
We didn't have an error before.
Badarg.
So this is saying then that it could not open the file with raw mode.
I just put right, it worked.
Yeah.
I think it's because you need that it's but who cares?
Let's try to send 3.
Send two again. You didn't write, right? Oh no. Yeah, test two again because if it failed, the transaction in theory shouldn't have worked. Oh man.
It failed.
Oh right, that's the problem that I said. Okay. So we need to launch next.
Oh, this is the thing that you said about the transaction needs to fail.
Yes, because yeah, we're just printing.
I see. Okay, let's try the 3 just to confirm it it's working without any errors. Yeah. No, bad arg.
Better. What the? Oh, did you recompile?
I'm not sure. So let's send 4.
Oh, we still have a lot of integers, so
Yeah.
7.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it worked.
It worked.
Okay.
Now
So
it's
please,
read time. Read
please
time.
commit this.
I'm gonna commit, but let's try reading. So where's the thing that Marinho is very specialist about for some reason? Yeah, man,
What?
I'm not joking. Marinho is very good at this type of shit of like converting human readable data to nonsense.
Maybe Marinho is a computer.
Maybe I'm a
Well,
compiler.
well, at work we say Marinho learning for a reason. Okay, so what this should do? Does anybody remember?
Oh, I should try to read the file named ABC. Although we're still trying to pass a hash first. We're gonna change that at some point, right?
Well, not necessarily because we have both, right?
No, I mean, but we're only
Oh.
gonna send one or the other, not both.
No, yeah, but I don't think the routing is correct, right? We need to change the serialization, Magit. We forgot.
Can you please fix first the Emacs sending the hash, the hash
You mean
as the
this?
as the human readable hash? No, I mean sending back like receiving.
uh, oh, uh, where is Emacs doing that again?
No, it's not Emacs, man. You need to change on Erlang.
Oh, you need to change your Erlang. You said. Where are we doing that?
It's on the server functions, but you need to pass it all the way down the string instead of the binary.
Oh, so you mean you're saying you talk about these hashes, right?
Yeah, instead of these garbages, you pass strings.
I see. Is that easy to change? I think so. It's just a matter of putting stringifying this thing, right? Agree?
What? Sorry.
So hash to string. It's just in the create comment functions instead of having tuples of hashes and functions of strings and functions.
Yes. Oh, which is the new hash, right?
So how do we get how do we do that? Have we ever done that?
What do you mean?
Have we ever converted a hash to a string before?
We just did it, man.
No, I converted. Oh, this is a binary. I see.
Yes.
I forgot about that. So Erlang binary to list and then this thing. I need to do I need to do that
Don't
in a
forget to do
lot
an
of
encode
places.
hex as well.
Oh, okay, that sucks. Okay, let's make this gigantic thing something reusable. Let's say human readable. Boom. So what do we want to make human readable? This, that's for sure. I'm gonna just pass empty strings now, I believe, right? Is that, can I do that right like this?
Wait, can I do what?
We were
Oh,
sending before empty
right, yeah,
hash. I'm just doing
yeah.
like that. Cool. So this, I'm just gonna make
Should we
human.
send the empty hash though? There.
I believe so. Here, human readable. Read hash will already do the human readable. And this is this. And this also should be this. I believe that should be okay. So let's relaunch. Well, so I'm so glad we have a bunch of integers. Go. Oh, I didn't relaunch this. Okay. Oh. Location is unbound. Line 50.
Oh, right,
50.
because it just copy pasted the thing, right?
That is correct. That's not. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. And that. Man, I need to. I need to. Uh, you know what? What this is? This is Max screwing over my shortcuts muscle memory. That's what this is. There. Okay. So now we're gonna go 5 times. There.
And okay, perfect. That's awesome. And let
There.
me rant for a second. I need to rant every right.
Every session.
Like my friend, like he sent a video of like one of those military horses. You know the like the British cavalry, the like the mounted uh, soldiers, right? So they stay like in like some special gates and such, with like holding a sword and in mounted in a horse, right?
Yeah.
And then it's obviously like a war horse, right? So it's trained to bite, to kick, to do all these sorts of like military endeavors that a horse can do, right?
Yeah.
Like kill people, literally that. And then people treat them as beautiful, fluffy animals, and they stay right next to the horse to try to take a picture. And then the horse bites them, and they complain. Like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then, like, Duke, man, people, this, no, man, no, no, oh, no, no, no. Look at this dude. Like, people, oh no, I would commit, I would send a lawsuit if they know that this can happen. Why don't they put like like a fence to prevent people from going there with a board saying, "Don't get close to the horse." Like,
Like
beware.
you
Horses
know.
may kick or bite. Blah blah blah. Like, what the fuck? Anyway,
Yeah, no.
that's my.
You just remind. Like I imagine a situation in which people are dancing on the floor that they on purpose set mines there, and they are just dancing.
Yes,
And then, oh,
the
it
fence.
exploded! Oh no!
We should have put fences here to prevent people from dancing. Like, fuck, man. Oh man.
That was great. Okay, we need to do a small change on the match command, Mageta, because now you can read in two with two ways, right?
Uh, yes,
So we
indeed.
need to differentiate between a read with a
Actually,
hash
the
and a read with something else.
oh, so here's the. I think we should still use the hash for the empty. Uh, actually, wait a sec. Okay, let's do two comments. One R that we read normally with an an optional offset, and another R, like R plus, I don't know,
No, no,
where
no, no,
we
no.
read with a hash, or H. Just that.
Okay, so you H. Let's go H first. H works. Let me recompile.
You need to change the parsing as well.
The parsing.
The
Yes.
pattern match of the binary, yeah.
I'm confused.
Let's see.
Where?
So we pick the hash to retrieve is past the
Oh, here. I
yeah.
see.
So we should pass the size of a hash, right? Which is how many characters?
I have no idea.
I'll count on Emacs.
Sure.
Or copy the file name and count, right?
Should be 32 bytes. Although depends on if we are talking about the raw bytes or the hex encoded bytes.
Yeah, it's the hex encoded now, right?
Then it's 64.
64. Okay.
Where do I put that? I'm sorry.
Instead of 1, it's 64.
Here.
And
Okay.
there's no file name.
And there's no file name.
Mm-hmm. And then do we have the rest? No, right?
Well, we do because you can have many commands, and then we're gonna do the match command recursively.
Oh, right, that's true. Okay.
BRB.
Yeah, but this seems wrong now because there's no file name
Yeah,
semantics.
delete 72, delete that. And yeah, that too.
Awesome. So that basically means that this is now rest. And there we go.
The file name doesn't exist.
The file name doesn't exist.
Which is just hash to retrieve.
Oh, yeah.
Buddy. Yeah.
And right now we are not accepting sizes, so it's gonna
Yeah.
read everything. There. Easy, easy. Lemon squeezy. The problem is that 64 is a bunch of stuff. So how are we gonna do that? Do you have any plans?
Go to Emacs and open the client EL.
Like we want to make the
No,
following.
I mean, man, dude, open Emacs because I want you to run Emacs and
Ooh.
stuff.
Okay, do I have anything? Well, I what do you think about finishing the recording, or do you want to record this last part?
Yeah, let's record this last part.
Okay, I'm gonna black my screen for a moment because I don't remember if I have anything sus on my Emacs.
You don't need to close. Just by the way.
I don't have anything sus. Cool. So what do you want me to do?
So just open the client EL.
Programming.
So okay, create a string like a stringing like a go all the way down to the end of the file. Make a let and put a variable like with a string. Oh, it's just a string, literally.
Oh. With a string.
Like ABC.
ABC.
Okay. Now on the body, try to do a map car. Actually, first, open a function and then try to do like string to char. Is there
that
such a thing?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that does exist? Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, so execute a map car.
On this?
Yes, map car. No, I mean the string to char is a function you're gonna pass to it, right?
Oh, okay. So we're basically saying
Yeah, don't have these parentheses.
yeah. Map
car, and then hashtag slash hashtag not slash apostrophe simple quote hashtag simple quote. No, hashtag simple quote.
Hashtag.
Yeah, try. See what it does.
Control X, Control E.
And wrong type argument string P97. Oh, right, because it's already characters. Duh. So instead of
yeah, that was very stupid.
just put ID.
Instead of this,
Because
put
it's just
ID.
gonna. Yeah, that's dumb. Yeah. Press go down to the buffer down there and press Q. I think it's identity on Emacs. It's not ID. Sorry. Yeah, there we go.
Also identity enclosure, by the way.
Okay, but what does this have anything to do with the hex? Because we need 64 guys,
Those
right?
are those are okay. Those are integers, so they are characters, right?
Yeah.
So if you convert this thing to a string, I think. So wrap this. Can you go to line 29 on the beginning? So put this in a parentheses and put string. Like call this as a string.
You want to call a string here?
Yeah, string. Yeah. Try. Okay, Max doesn't accept that. Okay, that's unfortunate. So Q. Because here's the thing. Go down, like a new line. Type any number, like 2, whatever. Ctrl X, Ctrl E. These are the representations of a number, you see?
Yeah.
So octal, hexadecimal, and the Emacs character. So basically, I want to convert to the last one. We could convert to a number, which is basically the ASCII representation of it, right?
Yeah.
How do we convert to the last one? Because then we can just send the message right away.
Oh, wait, my understanding is that we don't want the last one. We want the middle one. We want to convert all the shit to hexadecimal.
We
Well,
want
are
to
just three
convert.
different ways to write the same number that's also written as decimal, right?
Yes, it's this
That's
three different ways.
that's just a different notation for the same object. There's no conversion between them other than rewriting the
Wait,
literal.
wait, 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 wait.
But
Are we
but,
stupid?
but
We already have the
wait,
hex here.
no, but here's the thing, Marinho. They matter for sending as a list for the. Yeah, okay, copy this.
We are stupid. Okay.
But it doesn't matter. But my point is, you can't just put 92 in the string function to concat with another thing, not a string. You see, like in another representation, they don't work together. So if I try to
Dumb.
do like string 98 and then W, they don't work. Like try that, Lemus. Let's see. String 98, which is A, I think, right?
Yeah.
Or 97, I don't know.
And then what?
And then and the interrogation W. Try. Oh, so it does concat. Okay.
See?
Why?
I told you,
Okay,
those are
so
just different notations for the same values. They should
okay,
work.
but why didn't it work on the string down there then? With the identity and the map car.
Because
Which
you are
shouldn't
giving
matter.
it a list of characters instead of in a bunch of characters
Oh, right.
separately.
So we
You need
should.
to apply.
Okay, I see. I see. We should splice, right? That's the point. But well, that's useless, right? Because it's already a string. I see. So just delete it. That should
Do we
work.
just what do we want to do string on this?
No, nothing. We don't need to do anything.
No, I want to create the message, bros. I want to do like string.
Yeah, just you don't need to do
H,
anything.
this.
Just put it in a string.
Just put quotes around it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, so that works.
You forgot to put quotes.
It's already quotes here.
Oh, right. If you're gonna test from there, yeah.
By the way, hello, Fernando.
Oh, for
Oh,
now.
I don't know because I removed the sounds.
Hello.
Hello. So is that it?
I mean,
I mean,
the true and the numbers are the slashes, right?
oh, of course. Anticlimactic. But okay. Boom.
Yeah, you gotta run the thing in order to do stuff.
Boom.
That's an important step.
I have absolutely no fucking idea what happened. But we aborted with bad fun. Not fun, bro. That was not fun at all.
Man, like here's the thing: when you're sending that, don't you need to put a slash in the front? like H2/2 0. Oh, the hex representation, right?
I have no idea. Do I need to?
I think so.
Fuck.
That depends actually.
Which is what I wanted to do in Emacs.
Let's
Like
do
if you
that on
look
Emacs.
above, the reason I had to escape the numbers is because the numbers are actually passed as literal binary data, not as characters encoding the numbers. But if you look at the ABC, they are not escaped. They're just ABC, and that worked before.
That's correct. But in that case, we wanted the of the ABC, right? In this case, we want actually two, not to convert to one. Actually, no,
Yeah, but
that doesn't matter.
it gave me this. What is that?
Which I think is because of that. Well, let's try it. It's not gonna hurt. So
Okay.
just map. Uh, okay, so do a lump.
Uh, is lambda? No.
Yeah, like this.
Oh, it is like this. Okay.
Yes. Lambda, and then you pick the
Boom.
thing, like X or C. Just pick the character.
C is
Yeah.
better.
Do a cond. And then what was the function that you don't need to the first case of the cond, put open close. You don't put the C first. You just put cond. Yeah. Delete this. Yeah. So on the first case, I
What
think
are-
you have a function is alpha
Wait. We need to
is
put something
alpha.
here, no? In the cond?
No,
Wait,
no,
what?
in this cases.
What is cond in Emacs?
Just clauses. Just true this.
Oh.
True this. True
Okay,
this.
okay. I'm very used to something else.
So open close. Parentheses.
Wait a moment. Open close parentheses.
Oh, you're not typing. Okay. And then open close again. And then I think there's an is alpha. Can you type and see if it completes? Not how you. Yeah. Alpha.
I don't think so.
Alpha, just that.
No, for
Man.
just that.
Emacs. Emacs. No. Alpha numeric. Of course, you don't want the numeric. Or there's a is number right there. You could do that.
No.
Yeah. Or is integer. Or number p. I think it's number p.
Okay, that's weird.
Number
Without the p.
P.
Just number p.
No dash, yeah. Doesn't that tell you if an object is a number? That's not quite what we want.
That is because I want to say, is it true? Yes. So convert this to a /2 as a string.
Yeah, he wants to map only the numbers to have the special nonsense stuff. Well, not only the numbers, right? The letters are or something. Because
Wait,
here
but
we
if
also
you're
did that.
mapping over the characters, all of them are numbers. So they will
Yes,
always.
that's what I'm thinking. That's why I wanted the alpha, because I want to know.
No, that's not what I mean. What I mean is that, okay, if you are looking at the letter E in the
Oh
string,
no, never mind.
the letter E will be turned into a character, right? Because
yeah, it
we're
will be like
leaving the string.
whatever 90.
And a character is just a number, so number P will be true.
Yeah, and number p doesn't work on strings, by the way. It works on literal numbers.
We need alphanumeric stuff.
Yes. Well, but everything will be alphanumeric. That's the point.
His letter or whatever. Letter P doesn't it have letter P?
Yeah, we need a is letter, whatever. Because 2 is not a letter, thankfully.
Isn't it?
Okay, so apparently you cannot detect this easily for some random reason. So detect letter predicate Emacs Lisp. Aha.
Oh
No.
boy. Oh man, we're gonna need to check the range. Oh no, man.
Oh, you can use
what the heck?
Emacs regex. That also works. Thank you, internet. This.
Okay, we could use. Yeah, we could use bjx. Okay. But here's another option. We could say we could do an end and then say if the character is greater or equal than 0 and less or equal than 9 as characters, like with a
Oh,
interrogation.
basically, yeah. Basically,
Yeah. And then
uh,
if that's the case, you do whatever, right? So that's one option.
which one is better though?
I think this is easier than doing rejects.
I and I it's very cringe Emacs rejects, but okay. So let's do it.
It's
Yeah.
also wrong because there are a couple of special characters between the lower and uppercase letters in ASCII.
Mm.
There are some special characters between the lower. Well, in this 64 text, there's no. Like, man, like we just want you to put a slash. That's it.
Yeah, I think my
Like
computer
none
proposed
of the
is
things there until F, they are like in meddling with the
okay. So
thing, right?
what was the interval that you said?
Greater, equal,
Oops.
greater, equal, yeah. And then you put the C, and then you put interrogation 0, and then the next thing is the same but less equal C to 9. And then if that's the case, then
Closed intervals.
yeah, if that's the case, you split a string that has the slash with the
Man, I'm very. I forgot. I don't. I need to start remembering Emacs Lisp. Enclosure is str. How do I do this in here?
string.
String. So then I'm gonna do slash this.
I think the slash will escape, but let me see. Yeah,
The
it
heck,
does escape.
the heck is going on? This is not the correct slash, I think.
It is slash. I think it will escape.
So what else do you want?
So the next case is if it's true, right? So go to the next line.
It's here.
Yeah,
That's
and then
gonna
just
break
open
on
close.
zeros, by the way.
Sorry, what?
That's gonna break on 0, by the way.
Why would that break on 0? First of all, can we have 0 on that? And
Yeah,
it's not
there
like
is one
that.
there. I was here.
There is. And it's not like that, by the way. It's between parentheses.
Oh, I was not certain.
Actually,
No,
will
no,
it
no.
break
It's
on
not the
0?
same, man. It's like a bunch of lists in the cond.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's the same thing as the lat then.
Yes. Which is consistent. So I like the syntax.
No, but then it is in here if it's equal to a lat.
No, this is the first parenthesis.
No, but
This is the first condition. You want to go to the second, right? Which is this.
this.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then you don't need the first parenthesis. True.
This is how
Then
you
just
do true, right?
yeah, and then just C.
There. Why it's gonna break on 0, Mario?
Yeah, I don't follow.
Because \0 is the 0 byte. But I'm not sure if that's actually the case.
Oh, you mean the null?
Yeah. But also, that's not really what we want, right? Or is it?
Don't we? Oh, wait. Don't we need to like with hex representation, like x 0x the value, or x0
I have
the
no
value?
idea.
I mean, it depends. Are we going to send this to printf, or are we sending this straight to Erlang?
We're gonna put this on a printf. Like what we're doing,
Then yeah,
we
it's
are
gonna break
constructing
on
this
0,
message.
actually.
Lemus, do instead of the slash, that's not gonna work. Put the yeah, delete this and put only question mark slash without the parentheses, without the quotes, and that's not that slash. It's the other one.
Like this?
Yeah.
Okay, but we need to, guys. Uh, my mind has stopped working for a moment.
Man, let me see here. What was the command, Maria? It was okay. If it's 0, just a no. So it's that. If it's greater than 0, then it is slash x 0, and then the value.
Oh,
So
actually,
just
we
make a
did
new
create
cube.
garbage.
Yes, we did.
Cool. Okay, so
So just make a
here's
new
the
one.
following. I need to go eat something because my mind is melting. Magetta can pick this up. So
I still think you don't actually need to escape anything.
start mining files in.
If you're sending from Emacs, I think so. But if you want to test via Netcat, I think you can. You need to.
No, you don't, because we started accepting human readable hashes as the input, right?
Oh, have we?
I
I
don't know.
thought we were still accepting. I thought we would still need.
Do a pull, Magetta.
Yeah, but man, if we don't need to accept binary, then that's fine. Like, there's no problem. I think.
No, but you
Oh,
can
that's the
test.
question, right? Do we want the debuggability of having human readable hashes as the thing that we transmit, or do we prefer the more compact, let's just send the raw bytes and human readability can go screw itself?
The way he said, man.
No, but he is amazing, man.
That is the question that we need to answer.
That's a very important one, apparently.
Oh boy. Don't forget to share the screen, please. And you can use Emacs now, by the way. And
Okay,
you're still live.
I can't share my screen. Ah, garbage. Anyway, man, let me just see if this. But I don't think we're gonna need this.
Uh,
By the way, Lemons, are you still recording?
yeah.
Okay.
This equals.
Wait a moment. Marinho, you can screen share, right?
I would need to switch browsers again because something weird happened and I had to go back to the other one. But I guess let me just.
No, we can also just hear confirmation from Magetta.
What's the name of the other thing? X. Oh,
What
just
other
this.
thing?
Wait. And the last thing is a 0. Always less than 10. If that's the case, then we want and 0. Otherwise, it's this. Oh, now, unbalanced parentheses. Poderia commit assim, just void map. Void function t. What do you mean, brother? Oh. Lemos. You never learn. You screwed up the parentheses.
No, but I'm hungry, so it's part
You
of the
don't
problem.
like the parentheses, man. I know.
Well, I'm
Dude,
fine with
just
that.
use parinfer. That will make your life a lot easier.
No,
Man,
no.
I use what's the thing I use? I think I use Parendit. Perdit. It's very good.
When we were doing Record Tower, I was like very, very good at that.
So this generates a list. But it does. The only thing that I gotta generate based on Uh, so let me just see if. Okay.
Yeah, we still have to implement idempotency, right?
Yes.
That's the temporary
No, no,
thing.
no. We already. I mean, need to temp file, but we kind of already have a deponent. It
Kinda.
just is dangerous right now because it can fail. No, but we do. Like if it works to write, it just works. It can corrupt the disk, but that's another problem. That's not
like,
side effect.
look at the marketing strategy, Mageta. It works. It can fall apart at any moment, but it does work.
Uh,
It's not our fault if the database that is supposed to store corrupt your disk.
yeah, this code is written for educational purposes. As such, there's no error checking
Yeah, just
whatsoever.
I know a way to make no. That's the case. Just make it a GPL3 license done, or make it AGPL. Better. Man, I was looking at a thing with Benet. I don't recall what it was, but then we said, "Oh man, this looks so good. We could start something around it. This idea, blah blah." And then we looked at the license, and it was like AGPL. And then I said, "Okay, forget about it. Never mind. Never mind." Okay, this works for Emacs at least. But if we're accepting human readable garbage, this function is useless. So
Wait, I didn't follow. What's not useless?
like my point is if we are accepting human readable text, it doesn't matter. This should work. Like
Oh
We
yeah.
just
are
sending
accepting human readable text, but also there's a human readable where there shouldn't be.
Where is that?
Line 57.
57 of the Erlang code.
Yes.
Why should not? Let me share the screen again. Here. Why there shouldn't be a human readable here?
Because we read the file, right? And we got the okay and the data. And then we are taking the data that we read, and instead of sending it to the client, we are hex encoding it.
Mm-hmm.
That's stupid. Yeah, that's my bad. So this should be actually, yeah, no, it should be, it should have that, but this should be just data. That's cool. That is cool. That is cool. Um. Okay, but did it work? So Mageta, did you try?
What do you mean? Just send? No, I didn't.
No. Well, do you want me to try?
Well, if you can, just go.
Okay.
Now that you have this fix, I think it should work just fine.
Okay, so I need to go to Emacs and copy paste what you sent me, right?
No, no, I mean, no, man. Like, here's the thing. You should try this on Netcat, and it should just work.
You
Should make no
when you say
difference.
this, you say this?
Oh, it could be on Emacs too. It doesn't matter. Yes, this.
Okay, let's restart this.
Like, try from Emacs instead of Netcat, actually.
Nah, I don't trust Emacs. But okay.
Why, why do you use something you don't trust?
No, I don't trust it for this. I already like we had many problems with Emacs not showing information because laws.
Okay.
Well, I never had this problem on Emacs, to be honest. I had this problem on my terminal. That's the opposite.
Which was running in what? Emacs. Okay, so what do you want to do? What do you want to do? We want to do this let, right? but we're gonna put
Yeah,
the
instead of the characters, just put the string there, the
yeah,
hash.
yeah, with the H in front of it.
Mhm.
Oops, oops. So that, and then there's an H here. But I also need to evolve all of this code here. Evolve region. Oh. Now I go here, and then contracts control E. Received new. Did it break? Oh yeah. So it's saying bad fun, no fun, and it's in the composition function. Now what? Does anybody have any have any ideas?
Wait, on the compose,
145.
probably.
Yeah, here. It's very hard to debug when that happens, bro.
Uh,
Very hard.
let's see.
Wait a
A sec.
moment. Wait a fucking moment. We are doing this case, right?
It's human readable hash on the left, so probably shouldn't be there actually.
No, no, but it should because we are just sending strings now, right? Remember?
But this hash came in as a message and it was human readable.
I don't know if I follow
Because
what
to
you're
get
saying.
there, we need to pass through the match command page, right?
No, yeah, we did that. We failing here means that we matched correctly. This worked. This.
Hmm. We
See?
hope.
No, no, definitely did because otherwise
Yeah,
something
because
would break.
otherwise we can't call that. Yeah.
Yeah. So the fact that we broke on the compose calling create command means that the create command probably failed. I think. Well, I actually don't know what to think, but you think it's because this was using human readable, Marin.
No, that's just something I noticed. It's probably not related to this particular problem.
Oh. Okay. So I want to print stuff here because I think we are going to this create command because this is the what we are doing, right? So this is hash, which means that which is what I'm doing on the match. Hash and then the thing. So probably we can print to check if we are going there. So where is a print? Here. So let's copy that. Let's go here. Let's put comma and say hello there. And I'm gonna put the hash
General Kenobi.
there. And let's see if this actually works. So go there, then go to Emacs, and then I can just do Ctrl X, Ctrl E here. Hello there. Hello there. Ooh, is this correct? It seems that we have a binary string. No,
Yeah.
yeah,
Big
binary
string.
string. So
Um,
maybe the read.
yeah, we need to convert it to a string. Yeah,
What is this read hash doing?
trying to open a file.
Ah, we need to convert that to a string.
Binary to list. Yes.
Binary to list. I remember that. So Erlang, um, binary to list. That. Boom. Boom. Uh, and it still failed miserably. So let's actually pick this, uh, put it in here, and see what the heck happens. Because maybe we're doing something wrong. That is a string, right? This is a string.
Yes. Oh, actually,
Yeah.
Linux drops for a moment.
That dropped.
I wonder if the problem is that the thing on the right of that tuple should be a function and not the return value of
Oh,
reading the
it
file.
should be a function. It should be a function. Oh, I see the problem. Marinho is right again. This should be the following. So let's do the following. Hash name. And I'm gonna put the stuff here. And then in here, fun. I think it's fun unit. This. And then hash name. And agree?
Let me read because I'm not even paying attention anymore. Binary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I think it should at least take an argument and deduce.
No, look.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
oh, okay, then you can just take units, I guess.
Yeah, I think this is it, boys. So we need to. The problem was that we need to send a function. We need to send a thunk, so that the compose can work on it. We were
Nice,
sending a
Fernando.
value. We were sending a value. Bye, Fernando. We are sending a value. Boom. Bad arg,
Okay.
but atomic okay.
Did you get a reply on Emacs?
Yes, I received new. I think the bad arg means that we are not finding the thing. This function here.
yeah, probably.
Bad arg probably. We tried to find it and we didn't. What is the hash that I'm passing to this thing? 221 F8AF blah blah blah. So it's this. The file is not displayable. I don't care. Okay, so it's even more garbage. Cool. How are we not being able to open this? Hmm, that's weird. Let's put a print in here. Actually, I'm gonna put two things. Here, here, and then here I'm gonna put hash. And let's see how it fails. Emacs, new. Did I save? I did. So it actually didn't go through here. It went to here. Interesting. There it is. So what is this case apparently? So file pread. How can we fail on a pread, boys?
How can you fail on a P?
Yeah. How
If
can
the
we fail on a
file,
pread?
well, if the device is not really allowed to read, that's one.
Check the file permissions.
Yes.
No
If there's
way.
nothing to read,
No, there is stuff to
that
read. There is stuff to read. We know that. Here.
Oh, but if you open it on Emacs, it should be readable, right?
Uh, 221. Is this readable?
Well, if you open it on Emacs, then it should be.
I am on Emacs. You guys can see my screen.
Yes.
This is Emacs and this is the file. This is the trash that it has.
Yep.
This should be readable.
this is the trash that he has.
It's very trashy.
You said it should be human readable, Marinho.
Not human readable, just readable as in it has the permission to read the file.
Well, So I think it's a permission thing. So do you want to do chmod whatever nonsense? Yeah, I think it's X, right?
No, X is for executable.
I don't remember the thing.
It's R. It's R plus R. And it should be
Like
separate. It should be
separated, yes.
yeah.
Is it like this?
Why
Yes.
don't you have permissions for that though?
I don't know. We're trying to understand why it's failing to do this stuff. Yeah,
Whoever.
bad dark, and it's basically yeah, man. It's not being able to read. I don't understand. This is failing. This is the cause of our problems right now. What the heck is going on?
Let's still look at the documentation because maybe we're misusing the for.
So the pread receives an IO device and a lock nums. Lock
That's
nums,
the one with true, which is the one we are using.
yes, which is the one
Oh,
we're
that's
using.
wrong already.
Oh, that's a list.
Yes.
We are not doing that at all. Oh, it's a list of tuples even, in which the first thing is a location and the other member of the tuple is a number. What is the
Well, being a number certainly is helpful. Number. That's literally the name of the field.
Just give it an empty list and see what happens.
Let's try that. There.
Lock Gnomes, man. What a garbage name.
Garbage name, I agree on that. And boom. Oh, this time didn't do.
Yeah, you read nothing.
Yeah, Emacs didn't receive anything.
You received bollocks.
Yeah, but this time we didn't have bad arg.
Can you put the number? Like location, can you put let me read what the heck is. Seconds.
What do we do?
It's an integer. Okay, so just put like 0, like a tuple with 0 and I don't know how many characters do we have, how many bytes do we have on that file.
We have 4 bytes.
So put 4. Oh yeah, right, you're writing 4. Makes sense. So put 4, 0, 4.
Sure. Well, but we need. These can vary though. How are we gonna know?
Well, it always have 4. We are not writing anything greater than that.
Wait, what? I'm confused.
We're
We're
not-
just gonna let it fly.
We're not writing anything greater than that. Just try.
New. There it is.
So we got the data. So this is garbage. Man,
What
how
is
do you
garbage?
read? Okay, how do you read everything? I want to read the content.
Oh, wait a moment.
Oh, read file. That's what you want.
There is this. Don't know if that matters.
No, yeah, it sent you back the hash. That's correct. Because now it worked. But what we want to read all is actually called read file.
Why there's 3 things? 2 things.
It's just one. Oh, actually, because I'm not never resetting the
No, but I
the
did. I just
mailbox.
did. Again.
Oh, it's just a print. Just trust me. Just the
Okay.
print.
Okay.
Yeah, the print prints twice. Because one is the message and
So
the
what
other
do you
is
want
the
to do?
actual result. This we want to read everything. So for reading everything, we should read file, which is just the file name.
Wait,
Like you
there's a
don't need
function
to
called.
open. You don't need to do anything. You just do read file. That's it. Or you do file read because the p read assumes that you want to seek, right?
Yes, that it has a pointer.
Yeah. So is the- and yeah, and the normal device and the which is the amount you want to read. Yeah, so we in our case we're always
this.
gonna use the read file. Doesn't matter because we're gonna chunk later.
But what can this return me? This can be return an OK binary.
Yeah, the read file can return OK with the binary or error reason.
Yeah, but this returns a binary. Do we would need to convert this to human readable?
No, that's the
Okay.
whatever the data of the user. So they make sense, right?
Okay. So this all can go.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. All these burns.
Let's try. Emacs.
I mean, you should return these three max, right? Not
There.
the hash.
And if I go, there it is.
Mm-hmm. So, but we should return these three max, not the hash.
I
Right?
agree. So how can we make that happen though?
Let's see,
Because my
just
understanding is that we are making this process generic, independent of the operation, you see?
yeah,
So we're gonna need to know the operation now. That sucks.
that sucks. Indeed.
Because we're gonna have to transform the pair to a
Can't you
triplet now.
pick the? Okay, what about go do this? Go down. Go down to
I just noticed
the
that there is an
terminal.
ABC here, but okay.
Yeah, whatever. So go there. So there. The result of the Minigia transaction, you pick that and you return like the
uh,
response.
so you
But
want to put
well,
response
unpack it.
here.
Yeah, but unpack. It's gonna be atomic, I think, right?
Oh, yeah.
How does it look? Yeah,
Yeah.
atomic and the data. So you pick the pattern match. I'll put atomic, right?
Oh, sure. Oops.
Because it's something else we wanna know.
We wanna know. But there was a problem, I believe. There was a reason I put it hashes here. I think it's because the TCP send was not working correctly or whatever nonsense.
Yeah, because it was bytes.
I hope this is not the case anymore.
This will fail on writing, by the way. But we
This will
should just
fail on
make
writing.
yeah, but we should just make a convention that on write you return the hash as binary. Then
Boom!
yeah, content.
Boys!
So we can now write a database in Emacs.
Amazing.
That was the conclusion. Like 35 hours later, Vegeta, finally, I can have my database on Emacs.
It's just gonna be mono-threaded.
Okay, but why again is this broken on writing?
Because on write, you're gonna return. You probably won't return anything, right? So we
I
should
don't.
make every transaction write or read. Like read is clear what it should return, right? It should
No,
return the
the write
output.
could return whatever, man. Whatever that is on an error.
Why?
Because if it's on an error, it's gonna be an acknowledge, like okay, whatever.
Yes, but we should just split the hash as a convention because we need to bytes to the user.
Okay, but to do that, we would have to know, given this the somehow, which I don't know how we're gonna do that, that this wait, this is way more complicated because you can actually have
We
a
need to
batch
change
of
the
commands.
tempo. Yeah, but we are already passing.
Ooh,
Man, we are. So go up.
go up.
It's the first time I'm seeing this actually. We did all that trash to carry on data from one end. You
No,
recall?
yeah, I recall that. I recall.
So we just need to make the writes return information as well. That's it.
Wait a moment, boys. Wait a moment. This has a. Let's try to do two reads because we have three files. What about that? Let's try to make the payload should be relatively easy, I believe, because it's just this H again,
I just
and
picked
then
it for the file.
and then
Oh, okay. You wanna read 3 times? I see.
no, two times is enough for me. And then this, and then we should have two things. So I'm gonna go to the mailbox and do this, and now I should have two different. I don't know if they are different. Let's check. Maybe they aren't different. Well, let's go to Emacs. So I want to have
The one B,
one.
which
Yes.
is a
So one
D.
should be E and the other one should be D.
Okay.
Let's go. Am I running? Yeah, I am running. So go. and go. Nope.
Nope.
Why?
We are not appending.
Yeah, we're only returning the last one.
Yeah, we're not appending.
Where are we doing the last one only though?
Compose.
Hmm. Do
And I
we
know
have?
why we did
Oh
that
no, but I
because
think this was by intent, right? I think it
yeah,
was Mageta that said, if you
yeah,
are stupid,
to
to
prevent the right output from being propagated. But here's the thing: we can make the transactions return a tuple saying ignore, like I don't know, something like this, like write okay, and then or maybe the hash, right? Write okay hash, and then we
uh-huh.
know it's okay, and then we can ignore like intermediary writes, and then just store the.
Yeah, yeah.
But do we want that? Oh, we do, right? It would be convenient for the client to read two things. But can you do that in SQL? You can't, right? This is like a batch. That's what you
That's
wanted.
like a batch. I agree on that.
So I think we should make two variants of this function, like one for batch operations because you want to read multiple things in a sequence, and the other is like you want to make a read to give an input to another write.
Yeah, yeah. That's definitely something that we could do. Okay, but I think we did very good progress today. Yes, I want to save.
And this
Uh,
is taking a good shape. I'm liking where we're going.
yeah, no, it's especially for me because between us three, I am the most stupid. It's taken me a while, but I'm getting there.
That's a lot of motivation.
Oh yeah. No, you don't
By the way,
understand.
there's
You don't
some.
understand. You don't understand. The purpose, like I told this to Paradas 2.5 years ago. If I am surrounded by smart people being stupid, either I leave or I learn. There's no other way around. That's the kind of the point.
I
So
see.
fix. Go, Main. You were about to say
Yes,
something.
uh, we are still using Lithium server as the name of the node, even though this is Canteen.
Yeah, we should change that.
It's probably on the
Uh,
rebar.
yeah, this is probably the rebar. So this is
I can do that.
fix reading. And fixing reading operation from the client side. Boom.
This session was fun.
Oh yeah. Ugh. Okay, so I'm gonna finish the recording now. 3 hours. My bad.
Okay, let me merge this trash already.